and tidy edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Oh, sorry. You know what, the other day when I said I didn't swap out the thumbnail, so I didn't click, I skipped over it. I had done it, and I thought I had done it last night after pattern chatter, but sorry, this is not pattern chatter. This is part 2, sewing the Ash jeans, or any jeans, honestly. I mean, these jeans are literally any jeans, so. Oh, why is this chat over here? I'm gonna get rid of that, there we go. How are you all? Happy Saturday. This is my 5th live stream this week. I was so tired last night. I think because both those live streams yesterday were like talk, like the pattern chatter. I am tired after pattern chatter. Between the anxiety of being snarky and talking for 2 solid hours usually. I wish it wasn't that long, you know, but you know me. Anyway, so yeah, sewing part 2 jeans. I put Ash jeans because I am pretty much using their pattern, and I like to respect the fact that I started with their pattern, I made fit adjustments, and I changed the sewing of the fly. So I think that honestly is the only difference, is that the fly is different. And so then it becomes like, this could be a sew along for Ginger jeans because that's how they sew their fly, or the Ames jeans, same thing. So you were tired after pattern chatter too. That's funny. I need to get a drink of water real quick. But I'm excited about this one. This is definitely my comfort zone. Sewing jeans, you know, just doing whatever. So, and these are coming along nicely. I really like the white top stitching. So I think, and I can't wait to show you my pocket designs. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. Hi, Terry. Hi, Aisha. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Hillary. Hi, Christina. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Leah. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sydney. Yay. Hi, Nita. Hi, Monica. Hi, Susan. Hi, Amy. Hi, Diane. I know, Julie. Hi, Naffy. I know, I'm sorry. I know Mullen misses out too sometimes. It's not the same watching the recap, is it? Or not the recap, but the replay. All right, so we did our fronts. Usually, I will say, if you're new to sewing jeans, I prefer doing the backs first because I think that the zipper fly really intimidates people, and I get it. There's a lot of, I think for me, the tricky part with zipper flies really all boils down to the width of your zipper. Because you might pick a zipper that's the right length, but maybe the width of the tape is different than how they designed the pattern pieces, and you're like, I'm doing everything they tell me, and it's not lining up. So I get it. But honestly, sewing the fly is pretty simple. I'm going to update my video. Amy Sheridan actually said that recently too, and I totally agree. I need to update that video. So, and I'll give you maybe a couple ways to sew it. But I think if you start with the backs, really the most intimidating thing about sewing jeans is the thickness of the fabric and how your machine reacts to it. This fabric's actually pretty lightweight. It actually makes me a little concerned about the fit. I'm a little worried that they're gonna be like super clingy or wrinkly or something. They show everything too. Like I was creasing the back pockets to find the center and I was like, oh, you can see that crease. So it'll be, you know, it's an experiment. This is a very nice denim. So we'll see. I just have my legs pinned up to keep them out of the way, but we can unpin them. We're done with our fronts now. So, and then I didn't do the backs first because I didn't have time to sew the design on my back pockets, and I wanted to add a design on my back pockets because I keep forgetting to do this, and then I just do something really simple, which is cool too. I like doing simple things, but all my really cute pockets are on my prototypes, like my fit shorts, you know, the shorts also to do a fitting pair, or my gardening pants. And I have like quails and like a cat being chased by a mouse, you know, they're all in like things I wear in the yard. So I thought I'd do some things for these, and it'll be great for my sewing show coming up. So, okay, wait, you love roll call. You made it just in time for roll call. One of these days I'll have a mirror. Isn't that what she did? It all reminds us of Romper Room, which is such a funky show. I didn't really like the show that much. I don't remember anything about the show except that. So I yell at my screen watching it later. That's hilarious. I feel kind of bad that at that one pattern I was like, no, you guys aren't allowed to buy this, and we just moved on. Oh, well, this last one, Nita, I was kind of snarky on every single pattern. I don't know, I was tired. So there were a couple I was like, like that backpack. Still thinking about that backpack. I need a new bag, and in fact, I'm thinking about, I know I'm going a million different directions. I promise I'm just chatting with you right now. If you are watching the replay, just skip ahead if you hate this part, because I'm not going to take your comments about it. It's a live stream. Later in the month, like in 2 weeks, my next streaming week, I was just going to sew this little blouse that I love to have in my wardrobe. It's a simple little, it's kind of like a button down, but without the yoke, without the collar stand. So more like a fitted camp shirt. Let's say it that way. I've always made this blouse, and I haven't made one in years, like since even before streaming. No, that's not true. I've made one, but I draft it, and I've been updating my pattern, and so that's what I was going to do, because I have some fun sewing theme fabrics, and I thought it would be fun to make that little blouse in it, because it goes under everything. It's not terribly long, doesn't have like a shirt tail, so there's, it doesn't have to be tucked in. Anyway, I was going to make that, but I'm thinking maybe I will do a bag, because my bag, the one I made, my ideal bag, the fabric I lined it with in the straps is falling apart. Maybe I just need to redo the straps. But there's some things I want to do to update it. I'm looking at it. So, yeah. Sometimes we talk you out of it during pattern chat. Exactly. Thong needed. Wait, what? We're talking about what leg shape is in right now. Oh, yeah, I just was talking about skinny, straight. Skinny to calf and straight down from calf. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I just want not clingy. I just want won't fall over while I'm putting them on. That's the leg style I want. I'm trying to figure out some zipper instructions at the moment for the assembly line wide leg trousers. Not at all the same as jean flies. Oh, interesting. Sometimes people will get around doing a zipper fly by doing a modified lapped. And at the end of it, I'm like, wait, this was just like you just took the easy way out of a zipper fly. Which one, which bag? I was very snarky. Oh no, Diane's saying that. I know I was really snarky. I'm sorry, Diane. Are you disappointed in me? You were proud of me yesterday. Are you disappointed in me today? By the end of the day? Actually, you told me you were proud of me at the beginning of Pattern Chatter. By the end, were you like, Saremy, I'm going to bed. Hi, Delwyn. Nice to see you. Relaxed, skinny. Okay. I like that. We love snarky. Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm still proud of you. Thanks. It means a lot. From Diane, especially. Yeah. I don't know what bag. I was just gonna like do my ideal bag again because it works, but my it's not that snarky. You know what it was? What the overarching theme of snark. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have a free monthly show in the guild. If you become a guild member or you are a guild member and you're just like, oof, that place, you can at least come to Pattern Chatter, which is a monthly show on the first Friday, except in March because I'll be out of town. It'll be the second Friday, but it's free and you can come and we just talk about all the patterns that have been released since the last Pattern Chatter or in recent months if it didn't get into a Pattern Chatter. But last night for me, I just feel like I didn't see anything new and I'm sick of it, you know? And it's like, I get it. There is kind of like a limited number of patterns you can do and we've seen them all. And the thing is like what I've probably seen a bunch of times, maybe someone else has never seen before, so I should probably lay off on that kind of snark. And the other thing is like, if you want truly unique things, a pattern company is going to find themselves in that little pickle like, okay, if I do things that are too unique, people will say, yeah, but I can't wear this all the time. It doesn't go with everything. But you also set yourself apart if you do some unique things. So it's a tough balance. I get it. So where is Ray? I don't know. Maybe she's busy with her. There she is right there. She's going to make Jen's turns. Oh, nice. Skinny, kind of skinny straight. Yeah, that's true. There she is. Julie summoned her. Snark bait. There was a lot of snark bait. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you for linking the guild there. Yeah, it's free to join. Full disclosure, there is 2 paid tiers. You can belong to one or both of them. But the Pattern Chatter show is now, as of this year, free to everybody because the more the merrier. It's where I'm probably almost my most candid. You're a witch. No, I'm not. You summoned her. Hi, Casey. How's it going? They're pretty. Oh, that's right. You did make those. Jen has a in-person pant, 2 or 3 day pant fitting thing coming up in March. And she's got a couple people coming from California. I was wondering actually if one of them was Amy. But Amy's got her personal fit person now. No camera. So you have to, wait, what, the heart is covering up a word. I do know you're teasing me, Diane. That's what I love about this community is we are all teasers and we can take it, so. What was I about to say? Oh my God. Oh yeah, Jen has this pant class. I'm going to talk a little bit about it at some point, maybe even mention it in the guild. Jen does a lot for me, you know, so I don't usually make it a businessy space, the guild, like I'm not really promoting anything, but you know, I'll definitely talk Jen up because there's a lot of you that follow her as well. You're doing in November. Oh, okay, cool. Where are you doing that? I want to come. I love Palmer and Pletch. I love that Katrina in the Zoom, you know, that Zoom live we did yesterday. I love that she's a Palmer and Pletch teacher. I thought about doing that. I was like, maybe on my way up or down to the show, I could become a certified Palmer and Pletch teacher. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Move that flipping heart. I wish I could move the flipping heart too. I can remove it if you want. If you guys don't want that heart there, but I know for some people, they're just like, no, I don't really want to type in chat. And there's a lot of people who are also just not interested in chatting, but they want to engage somehow. So I can disable it. I just have to remember to do that. You know that is you. Hi, Lean. How's it going? Katrina's the main instructor. Yeah, it sounds like it. Hi, Sarah. How's it going? Oh, it's in Vancouver, Washington. The certified instructor I'm working with suggested we go together. I'm really looking forward to it. And yes, it's fancy. Oh, cool. Oh, it's in Vancouver, not in Oregon. Okay. Hi, Shim. How's it going? You tried to join noon an hour ago. Someone else I saw in the chat thought it was an hour earlier. The heart is kind of annoying, yeah. Yeah, those sound like good classes, Aisha. You get to make a book, like a sample book. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. I hadn't seen the tank and the, what was the other one? I knew that Trisha was doing the leotard and the leggings. I'm trying to think. She has like 4 or 5 classes. I can't think of those two. But I hadn't seen that little tank. I think that that's like, it's good to do something totally different, you know, like that. That'll be good. A Nico top, okay. Portland Stitch teaches a shop in Vancouver now. Oh, okay. Wow, yeah, right, Tiffany? I did that recently too, and I was like, I did everything on a Sunday, and it threw me off all day because my days off are Sunday, Monday, and usually do cleaning type things on Mondays. I did it all on Sunday, and then the next day I almost went to work. Like, I almost got up and got ready and went to work. I'm such a creature of habit. And I was like, oh wait, today's Monday. How weird. It felt good. I was like, what do I do today? Nice, Malin. Welcome back. Briefs too from church. Briefs. That's the briefs. That's what I hadn't known too. Okay. Oh, you're helping a friend. Oh, that's nice of you. Man, that's one thing. I remember my sister when she graduated like high school. My parents, or like we got her first vehicle. I don't really know how it happened, but her first vehicle was my dad's old truck. And trucks back then were tiny, like little trucks. It was like a little Nissan. And so that was one of her first vehicles. And it was such a curse for her because everyone wanted her to help them move. When you're that age and you have a truck, because I drive a truck now, but like a smallish truck, a little Honda truck, which I love, by the way. I don't like the whole computery dashboard thing. I think it's kind of clunky, but everything about it. I just put Apple CarPlay on and it's fine. Love my little truck. His name is Bruce because he's got a little shark fin on his head. And I love him. But he's been at the shop a lot this week because of a little blower motor thingy going on. And I want to be warm when I go up to Washington at the end of the month. So, truck, yes, as an open back pickup truck. Yeah, you don't see things like that in the UK driving around, but everybody here, Julie, has a truck. In fact, my husband had an electric car and I had a truck. And I remember how like he loves cars. And I know he was like, yeah, my car, you know? And I was thinking, yeah, I'm glad I'm not pulling up to the house in that. I felt like I fit in better. and he started driving my truck a little bit every time he came up here. I was like, no, own your little electric car, which I totally support. And it's awesome. Like I loved having the electric car, especially on road trips. But my truck's been so useful. Here, oh, SUVs as trucks. Oh, really? That's interesting. What base do you recommend for t-shirts? They have several knit options. You do too, Donna? That's awesome. It must be a Tacoma. No, it's a Honda Ridgeline. Honda Ridgeline? Yeah, that's the name of it. I think a lot of them have the fin. Mine's not unique. But this is my second one, and my first one was dark blue. And I had just learned that the name of the shark in Jaws was Bruce. So I just named, no. I named him after the shark in Nemo. You know, fish are friends, not food. I named my truck after Bruce in Nemo. And then I learned the same week, like afterward, that the name for the shark in Jaws is Bruce as well. And so I never got the reference from Nemo to Jaws, which is hilarious. Anyway, so I bet some of you didn't know that either. An electric F-150. Those things they have some issues. My husband's looking at them, trust me. Maybe. It's a big truck, though. I think that truck used to be such a huge truck. Remember when those first came out? We were all like, holy moly. And now they're small. Like for my area, that is a small truck. But when I first are you guys bored? I'm sorry. I love talking about my little truck. Can I just tell you a few other things about my little truck? I want everybody to get this truck because I really want them to update. Oh, it sounds like they're updating it, but that little computer system. But anyway, when I first got it, men would walk up to, always men, would walk up to me in the parking lot and say, how do you like your truck? And I'd be like, let me show you my truck. I love this thing. And they would be like, but you could tell they were torn. They were like, they had this monster of a truck, which cost so much gas-wise. So you tell about your truck. A Rivian. Hi, Libby. I don't know. What do I put in the back? The thing is, Julie, what do you put in the back of your car? Do you put much back there? The back seat of my car, I have, because it's a 4-door truck and a shorter bed, right? So the bed doesn't hold a ton, but it has been really useful, like for moving cricket or picking up big things. But the thing is, like, I was driving a minivan before that because of going to shows, and the minivan holds more than a truck. So when people try to make me feel bad about having a truck over a mini, I'm like, the minivan, the gas mileage isn't that great on those things, and they are huge, right? So my truck also has what I call, I know it sounds terrible, I call it the dead body cavity, but there's a trunk under the truck bed. So when you open the gate opens either like a door or you can tilt it down, which is nice too. Right there's this massive, like it's flush with the bottom of the truck, but there's a little button, you press it and it goes boop and it pops up, and it has space for literally a body. It's nuts. But it also has a drain hole in it, so it's for tailgating maybe, like you could make it an ice cooler. But I love it because it's waterproof. I can put things in there that I'll sometimes put our go bag things for evacuation stuff. I'll put some things in there that aren't perishable, like all the pet stuff. Or we can put like the chainsaw back there, locked in there, that my dad wants to borrow. And the dog, well, not dogs plural anymore, but our dog can go in the back seat of the truck and they don't have to be next to the chainsaw, like things like that. So it's literally like so much more room that's secure. I love it. Yeah, like you could like go shopping for things and put it in there and no one would see you bought stuff. You could put it in your cavity, the trunk, they call it the trunk. And so if someone looks in your windows, there's nothing in your car. It's great. I love it. Yes, you can come and drive it. The smaller truck is just so amazing. It parks so well. The mileage is fine. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I have really low mileage on mine too. So my last one, when I turned that one in and got this one, they were all excited. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. I was answering. I knew I interrupted myself. I'm sorry, Sydney. I knew Shim might take over. That'd be good. That won't be weird. I would love that. That's so cute. Which one? The one with the little like, oh, I want a t-shirt in that. Why didn't I even think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Onto the eco thing. Oh, the eco thing. Yeah. Well, we're in California, so there's a lot of laws here. And what's interesting, Julie, like you wouldn't know this because you're not here. We can't, like Californians can't buy a car in another state and then bring it into California and I don't think that's as bad now, but they make vehicles for the regulations of the state because there's so many environmental regulations on our vehicles here. They make special cars for us, but you can't just go buy a cheaper version of the car you want and bring it across state line. They won't allow that. It's really hard to get around it. So, or the blue background one. Let's look at them, Sydney. Would you like to see swatches of them? Because I have them in the next room. I would think, what fabric did Shem recommend? Because I feel like the modern jersey, I have all the fabric, the Spoonflower fabrics over there too. When do you want to order that? Because we could do it at the end of the stream. I don't want to take up much more time. Yeah, exactly, Shem. Exactly. And yeah, but you can't do that. And because of their cars you can't even get them to pass. All right, should we get sewing? You know what I was thinking the other day is what if I had like a piece of paper and I held it here anytime I'm rambling? You know what I mean? And then that way someone can see, oh, I can fast forward. Thank the heavens. I can tell when to fast forward. And then I can put this over here. Maybe I could hold my pug emoji. All right, Nita. Oh, yeah, exactly. Good luck. Okay, just remind me, Sydney, because I have samples of Spoonflower fabrics there, and then I have samples of my scissor print next door. Yeah, exactly. And the color looks really good on the modern jersey, right, Shim? The cotton is really nice, though. It doesn't stretch very much, but it's a little thicker. It does feel really nice. I have a dress in either. I like them both. We just got our new car shipped from Colorado, but it's also, oh yeah, maybe, Libby. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think like sometimes they will make them so that they're compliant. Yeah. This is how we roll here. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. You know what Yona says? I do too. I want a scissors shirt too. I did found a new leather fabric with all these little hand-drawn pictures of clothes. It's a ruby star print. I got that. It's kind of washed out for me, but I don't care. I like it. We brought our Honda back with us. We had to have it tested, and the emissions were so low. The garage checked to see if it doesn't work. Really? Do you have a Honda Ridgeline too? I love it. Yeah, I remember when emissions were so bad. Our smog was so bad in California. Yeah. Yeah, they do make several cars, but maybe I shouldn't have phrased it that way because I was getting a little bit like confused between the two reasons people will buy a vehicle in another state. It's the sales tax thing. They like to go to Oregon to get the zero sales tax, but they don't really allow that. I had friends that do that, but you have to do a lot of kind of just what, it's just not worth it. Oh, I had a CRV. Oh, those are fun little cars. I like those things. I think they started remaking those again. Okay, should we start sewing? Okay, so we're gonna do the back pockets today and the yoke, and we're gonna do the waistband. So I didn't want to bore you with doing both my pockets, but I'm gonna do sewing themed pockets. And so I'm gonna do a little French curve on one. And I did, and look, I hand did my little red thing on the steamer. I did this morning. I thought this was gonna take a while. Big shout out to Libby. I always shout her out for teaching me to always try and do a continuous line. I drew these and I just went like this, and then down, up, and then around, and then right here, I went down to here, and then I just pull it to the back and hand knot it so there's no back stitch there. And then this one too, I went across, down, up, down, and then hand tie right there. And then I'm gonna do I thought this one would be a lot less, like this one was really easy, but this one, it was a lot of this, so that noise. So this one I think will be a little easier, except there's a lot of curving, so maybe I'll be doing it a lot. You heard it correctly. Listen, you still have to pay the sales tax. Yeah, exactly. That's what they'll do. They'll adjust it. You can't get out of it, right, Sydney? Yeah. Right. Hi, Nancy. How's it going? The red dot. What do you mean what's the red dot? It's huge. This is almost life size, but my red dot isn't. Can I just tell you how much I struggled to sew this dang little red dot? You guys, it's bad. I need to take one of those embroidery classes at Sew Expo. Yeah, right, the Etch-a-Sketch thing. Okay, so let's just do this one. So I use this vellum. I have a lot of this from taking this one quilt class, which was awesome, by the way. And they had, and it was like, you could buy like 5 sheets or just a package, and I just bought the package. And I'm so glad I did because it's been so handy for this. You can put it in your printer and print directly onto it, but this time I just hand drew it. So, and then I can just tear it off. So I'm going to start here, go around like this, and then back like that. That's my plan. I didn't have a plan when I started this. I just started sewing. I'm like, wait, what's my plan? And I got to here. I was like, oh, shoot. I just hoped it worked, and it did. Oh, really, Sydney? Why are you telling me that? Yeah, that's true, Sydney. You can get out of sales tax if you live in Oregon and buy something out of state. It's so interesting that when I used to do this show in Washington, the biggest pain was not driving there and back in a potentially in 3 closed passes with ice. No, that wasn't the biggest pain about that show. The biggest pain is that you have to pay Washington sales tax, and all the Oregonians, and I think, is it Montana and, oh, who's the other one? There's one other one, are like, no sales tax. It's, where's the other one? Oregon and Montana and somewhere else. And they would make me not charge them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're $10,000 machines. The vellum in quilting, this was for a Tell Me a Story quilt. And so this would let you see the design on your little center square so you could make sure that you were centering it, right? And you printed the whole pattern on this. And so I had like a lot of pages printed on this. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be using nice machines there, Aisha. All right, here we go. So I did interface my pocket too. If you Google French curve, this isn't actually what comes up, but this is what I was always taught was a French curve. And the one I use from design school, I still have it, except this little tip right here broke off. But it's perfectly clear. You can still buy them like this. I love that thing. This is the perfect armhole. And I use a hip curve for side seams and princess seams. The problem with this one is that because it's perfectly clear, I have lost it a few times in plain sight. Okay, we're done already. Meow. Do I do the little holes? I could try and do the holes. We could maybe take the stitch length down. We need a tail though. Can we even pull up the bobbin thread? Oh yeah, we can. I'll never do that. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna make a tail. Hold it. I'm gonna hold the tail actually, so it doesn't suck back in. We'll do a 4-sided circle. Maybe a 5-sided circle. Let's see. Okay. It's round. Yeah, the Juki TL seems like really affordable. I still think I'm a little crazy not wanting a machine that does a zigzag, but this is what I'm thinking. The Sew Expo, like the amount I make financially from Sew Expo, it's really not that much. It'll cover my expenses, and it'll leave me a little bit afterward, I think. It doesn't pay me like for all the time, like making kits and stuff, but we just won't count that, right? But what I was thinking is buying one thing, like either a new streaming computer or a new home sewing machine. Or I'd really like a whole cubby system on the back of my wall there. So that's another thing. Did I lose a stitch? Why is this so far away from that one? All right, so I just pull those threads by gently tugging. I'll show you better on the other one. So I was thinking about, like, it'd be kind of fun to buy one of those things and it just not even impact my, you know, my budget. What? Oh, this thing. I know, it's like a $600 machine, something like that. It's nuts. All right, so yeah, so here is my top 2 threads, right, from my top thread, and then here is my bobbin threads. And so I just gently tug them, and it pulls that top thread to the back, and it makes a little loop, and I grab it. Okay, and then pull the other one. The funny thing, oh, I thought I pulled it. Didn't I get it? I didn't get it. Let's get this one first. There it is. And then this one. Sometimes if you accidentally sew over your thread, you can't pull it to the back like this one right here. I'm going to have trouble pulling that to the back unless I didn't pull the right one. Oh yeah, maybe I didn't pull the right one. Oh yeah, there we go, got it. I was gonna say, if you don't, you could just thread this with a needle, that top thread. If your tail is so short that you can't get your needle on there, you can, you know, thread these, like poke your needle in to the seam and then thread your needle. It gets the needle closer to the bottom there. When your tails are short, they get cut by accident or whatever. All right, so we'll just hand tie these. And if you really wanted to secure these, you could take one more little piece of iron-on interfacing right over these little knots. I think I might do that this time. I never do that. It would make them smoother. All right, so let's take off this paper. Oh, that's right. That one was Libby. Oh my gosh. It was epic, that pocket. I just run my awl along the stitching. You really want to break the paper because if you have to pull too hard, you're going to loosen some of your stitches. You could also just draw directly onto your pocket if you want. Doing it on either side of the stitching. I'm just using my awl. Nothing fancy. I know they make like weeding things, right? To weed out paper for stuff. All right, and then this is the tedious part of this. It's not the stitching. If it's pulling a little on my stitches, I'll hold the stitches down. You know, like I'm holding the stitches down and then just pulling the paper. Little pieces of this paper will get in between your stitches. You can wash them and they'll still be there. So you got to get them out. Don't I like my Bernina? I mean, I do, but I would really like something that feels like my industrial, you know? I just really like the way this thing feels. And now that, you know, my little guinea pig, I mean, Shem, bought the EB1 and keeps giving these really good reviews on it. I'm like, okay. And this is the thing is, like, I have said for a couple of years now, if there was a machine that only did buttonholes for home sewing, I'd buy it. And I'd probably spend up to $600 or $1,000 for it. Home sewing machines are so expensive. I thought that that would be reasonable, but, you know, it's a lot, it's money, you know, it's a lot of money still. So I thought, okay, I'm being kind of generous by saying $1,000. Lo and behold, enter the EB1. Coupled with the 2010 Juki, that's $1,000. My wish has been granted. All right, this is gonna be cute. I love this little ruler. It's very like nostalgic for me. The other design I thought about doing was, if you've ever seen my big drafting scissors, they're really long. I thought about doing those and putting one half on one pocket and the other half on the other. You know? I think prices have generally gone up. I think they've gone down since the pandemic though, because I looked it up and I was like, okay, isn't it like 600? Maybe it's 800. Uh-oh, what's going on with Sarah? I'm underlaying my dress bodice lace. I'm not having a good time. Should I be using a walking foot? Oh. Did you secure it around the perimeter too? Do you have a walking foot? Can you release the pressure of your presser foot? Yeah, right. Me too, Terry. I can't believe how much home machines are. It's a crime. I feel like it's one of those things that takes advantage of women. It plugs into the machine, Nancy, so I wouldn't actually try and make it work. Hi, Justine. Oh yeah, you're making good progress on that jacket though. Oh, Aisha. The pink tacks, yes. You pinned it all the way around. You threw walking feet for some. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I think what Libby said might be a good idea. It's your wedding dress. It's your wedding dress. Okay, let's see here. Did I get them all? There's some little tiny things. Anything that makes your stitches look a little like muddy, that's probably paper still. Like right here, I can see a little tiny piece. And see, I have this like little loop right. This is a little wiggly. There's a little wiggly. And so I go to the back side like this. I'm putting my finger on so I don't lose it. And I just sort of run my awl under the stitches like this. Do I think it'll stay forever like that? It might not, but I'm hoping it'll more evenly distribute and it pulls the loop to the back. Here's another spot. Like that. That looks good. Get rid of this paper here. Is that paper right there? Oh, that might be where I stitch on top of it. Looks a little wiggly. I'm wondering if tighter tension also, when you do this. Shorter stitch length will give you more, more like ability to do tight spaces, curves, short distances like these things here. Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, let's put a little bit of interfacing on those knots. Well, I think though, Nancy, like where it plugs in is it takes the place of the presser foot, if I'm not mistaken. Shim can tell us more, but I mean, if you find one that has a return policy, that might be the way to go. I want this stuff right here. Yeah. You know what? I had all these scissors over here, and then I've been using them as props inside all of my my bags for Sew Expo, and I'm missing all my scissors now. I really gotta make sure I get them all back, you know? Where's my silver ones? Nancy was, oh, it does have the, oh, it does? It has the exact same specs by, Nancy was thinking about using the EB1 on her machine. What brand is your machine, Nancy? The PQ something something. I'm just putting it over these hand-tied knots. I've actually never done this before, but I thought it might secure them better, you know, from like putting my hands in my pockets. See here. Juicy. Was it not supposed to be juicy? What brand is the PQ? I was assuming that wasn't a Juki. He's probably typing. We are easily amused. Maybe I do it over this thing too. I went all the way to the edges. I'm sure someone might ask that. Because usually I only interface the design. But recently I put my hand in one of my pockets. And what happens is there's like, say like this right here, right? The interfacing goes like this. Well, this came up a little bit. And every time I put my hand in my pocket, I get caught between the interfacing and the jeans and not go into the pocket. So I was thinking, okay, if I put the interfacing all the way to the edges, hem over the top, that won't happen. So that's why I overdid it. Just so you know why there's so much interfacing. Oh, I read your mind, Leah. This is like, we have some really interesting ways to get machines. That's a good one, Nancy. I like that. They look cute. It's a Brother PQ 1500. Oh. And what do you mean by same specs, Nancy? Like, it's the same machine, just made by someone else? You know, like how washing machines are? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know. All right. Oh, I needed to iron the hem. Sorry. Hi, Louise. I didn't see Louise to say hi. Oh, there you are. I see you now. I always look for your Mind the Gap. Little emblem for your avatar. I'm assuming that's what it is. It's like the underground. That's what it reminds me of. So I thought I'd sew the waistband differently than I've ever have on my channel today. So usually I do one of two things. I will either sew it from the wrong side to the right side, and I clean finish both sides, right? Or I will bind the inner waistband. Well, someone tagged me in a post yesterday because they drafted a waistband and they were just saying thanks that they had watched the stream and on the other day and got some tips for drafting their waistband. But then they showed how they like to sew theirs, and I have not done this way in so long, where you sew the waistband right sides together with the pant in between for the bottom seam. So I was like, oh, I don't think I've ever done that on camera. That'll be fun. All right, I'm just gonna hem this 2 rows. I don't know why my hem is so narrow. Maybe because I folded it twice. I'm not sure I like this hem, but we're committed. I'm doing it from the right side because I have the top stitch thread in. It's a little wiggly. Put our pockets on the pant. Let's brighten it up again. I toned it down because of the back of the pockets, but Sorry. This is the problem. This is why I sew a lot of jeans on my channel, because I just refuse to not sew them. But the lighting is tough. Shim did a few photos of it in the guild, Nancy, so you can maybe see. And he showed us in workshop once too. All right, what do we think? If you're looking at my butt. All right. Do we like it like this? These are really visible. I thought it'd be a little more subtle. Do we like this? Here, let me get rid of some of these threads. I think they're a little distracting, like the way they catch our eye, right? So let's get rid of these. Okay, there's one. And I'll put them on the opposite sides, show you, get your opinion. I still stand behind my cat with the mouse on the left side. Even though a few people were like, what? Okay, we have this butt configuration. All right. And here's the yoke. All right. Okay. Butt A. Butt B. Let's do a poll. Start a poll. We're just getting more and more crass on this channel. How are you guys already? Oh, never mind. I thought you guys were already voting. But B flows better. Polls in the chat. So this is, again, this is butt B, curve on the right. Butt A, curve on the left. This is A, B, your screen keeps freezing? Oh, I'm sorry, Louise. Okay, one more time. B, A. It's in the chat. Hi, Jackie. Yeah, it's a French curve. All right, looks like you guys are clearly going for this. Ugh. This booty. Go for that. Sounds good. I'm down. I like both. I see what you mean. All right, so we're gonna center this over the dots there. It's definitely thick. I like this one. I think I could go for either. Oh yeah, I overrode you guys once recently. Like within like the last 6 months, I'm pretty sure I overrode you. Print matching wastes so much fabric. You know, I realized like one of the patterns yesterday we were looking at in Pattern Chatter, it was plaid. And I was like, whoa, this is so jarring. I think that's what it was. It wasn't matched because I don't care about pattern matching most of the time. Like, whatever. It's just if you want to do it, you do it. But I think that's what it was. Like, I thought about it. I'm going to just make my stitch length a little longer. It was a really big plaid. I'm a little nervous about getting one stitch right now. Okay, there we go. That's my glass of water. All right, we need to fold up the legs. This is just a kindness to ourselves here. Look how thick that is. No stitch definition. All right. You know, it's funny that you asked that, Sydney, because in some ways I feel like I'm a really picky person, but in other ways I'm just like, I don't want to use the like pat thing of life is too short, but it kind of is, you know, like I just am like not bothered by it. I've never been bothered by something you guys chose like afterward. Like it is like sometimes it's one of those things where you need to do something a little different because other people have a better perspective in that moment. So I just go for it. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was really jarring, that particular dress, because it was such a large plaid. Yeah, sometimes like certain fabrics will have some sort of like micro like pattern in it, like lots of close lines. And it makes the screen do weird things, your eyes do weird things. That's what I thought was going on with that plaid, because that plaid had that like in some of the lower like volume like colors of the plaid. They were like diagonal lines, and that's what I thought was like, whoa. But I think it was the lack of matching. It would have taken a lot of fabric to match that whole dress. 2, 3. We're going twice around. Let's get rid of some of these pins here. I am not the best at top stitching. I go kind of quick for it. I do like the points to be centered though, but that doesn't look like, there we go. I was so excited yesterday when in between the 2 live streams, I'm finishing up another revamp of my sloper right now. And I was looking for something just to listen to. And there's a new documentary on the making of The Last of Us 2. I was so excited. Oh, I know. I love that show. There isn't a new season out, is there? Is there a new season out? I haven't been doing any podcasts. That looks cute. This pocket looks tiny, but I think it's fine. Yeah, that season about us, the polo shirt and American sportswear, that was such a ride. Like, because I have to admit, like, I have some biases against the polo. And they do kind of run towards the people that wear polos. So, and I feel like it was like one of these really cool things that kind of happened at this point in time that became really popular, and it was really cool. And then I feel like it was taken away from us. And as Americans, we don't have a whole lot of very, like we do, I'm kind of oversimplifying it, but there are certain iconic things in the fashion world. We don't have very many of those things. We have jeans, and we have t-shirts, we have the polo. But the way that whole story unfolds, and then all of the information or in the stuff in Japan, it was fascinating. I loved the whole circle that made, and it made me feel so much better about wearing preppy. It's preppy. It's the preppy articles of interest. It's one whole season. It's way too short. It's like 9 episodes. Yeah, that one's really good. Do you have a top stitching foot that dawned on you? I do have the top stitching foot, and I've never used it. Stop it, Leah. This is it, right? What does this do? Let's try it out. Oh, I know you guys are just salivating now. Articles of Interest is a podcast. I'll link it for you. It's a spin-off of one that I didn't listen to. And like, so article means like an article of clothing. It's hard to type and talk. It's a spinoff of the 99% Invisible podcast, but it's a free podcast that you can listen to. Here you go. So I think it's season 3. Oh no, this website's out of date. This website's really out of date. They only have 2 seasons on here. Let's see if we can find here we go. So let's see. Highly recommend this. I admit I don't listen to a lot of sewing related podcasts, and it's not because they're not good. There's a ton of really good sewing related podcasts. It's just like sewing isn't my hobby anymore. Yeah, Avery Trufelman is the host. Yes. How to Dress. Is that the one where it starts with the whole Clueless computer thing? That was so cool. So, oh yeah, it's so good. Yeah, so you can, the seasons, so the preppy season is all about that one, and it's one season. So you can just skip right to that season. I highly recommend you do, because I think you'll fall in love with the series even more. But the other previous 2 seasons are, each episode it's its own thing. You don't have to like listen to them in order. So, yeah. Let me see. Okay, so let's try this top stitching foot. Wait, did I just get my thing out and put it back in? Yeah, same thing, Nancy. I think I would gravitate towards more preppy, because I really like certain elements of it. And that's just probably somewhat being a product of the fashion industry, you know, like going to fashion school. So it's, I'm a little like, and growing up in the 80s where the, you know, polo collar became really popular. Okay. Where's Donna? How does this work? I think Terry has this too. So, oh, this little thing is going up and down. All right, so let's say we have an edge here. Oh, why does it sound funny? Okay. Okay. So this is more like an edge stitching foot. Or can you move this to the other side of this? Where's Terry? I want to, okay, oh, maybe I can. Can I move this right here, the little black thing, to this side too, by moving that? It looks like I can. Because then I could go further away, right? Do I take a chance and do one pocket with this? So if this was here, that would be one line. And if this was here, see, I can't really get any closer. I got really close here. But I could do this second row. Okay, let's just try it out. I need 2. I think you're right. It's funny because I have seen that they sell lots of these in different widths. I just don't think my, I need a smaller screwdriver. So I'm going to do my first row with my regular foot, like the edge stitch one. Wait, the season you recommend is called, yes. Oh my gosh, thank you. It's American Ivy. I am sorry. I knew I was getting it wrong, but I was like, oh yeah, preppy, that's it. American Ivy. 99, or it's yeah, so Articles of Interest is the podcast, The Season You Want, American Ivy. Yes, exactly, okay. I'm doing a lot here. All right, so we're just gonna edge stitch this one on, and then we'll try the top stitching foot that I bought so long ago to try and have not tried. So let's go. Oh, I never start not upside down. This is weird. So maybe I'll go along the top. I'll just start this my same way. I can't not. Okay. I always fold down the corner because I just really don't like the threads poking out the top. So I just fold it a little bit and then I fold down the corner right there like this. This is just extra right here. So see, fold the corner down. It's thick. You get a left and a right hand. Oh. Let's see, is that where I think that's going to land? Yeah, okay. All right, so 3 stitches. I had to back stitch since this won't be continuous. I probably could, yeah, I probably could do it continuous. Just swap out my foot before taking it off. When I first moved out of my parents' house, I moved out a week after I graduated high school. I wasn't playing around. I started fashion school during the summer term. Like I'm just like always been like that. Like I just kind of am excited and I just go for it right away. It didn't even occur to me to wait until September, which was kind of funny when I think about it. And I went and moved to Orange County for California. That's a very preppy area, by the way. And I got a job at an Oshman's Sporting Goods, which is like a sports store. I don't even know if Oshman's is around anymore, but it was across or next to a Ralph Lauren polo store in South Coast Plaza. So South Coast Plaza is this really hoity-toity expensive mall in in Orange County. And like I don't, you know, shop at these stores, but there was a United Colors of Benetton, there was a Polo, there was Godiva chocolates, like all these things that were super upscale, like everything in that store. Oshman's was definitely the lowbrow thing in the mall, but it wasn't. The reason it was there was because all these people like to ski. Do you have to take this all the way up? Am I gonna ruin this thing? It looks like there's room though. You see how there's like a slot right here? Or is that room for it to be able to move? Am I not doing, should I not do this? Like this is what I'm thinking. Okay. We'll see. I grew up in the Orange County. My mom got remarried. We moved to the high desert. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, this isn't gonna work. This is for edge stitching. Shoot. There we go. This is for edge stitching or stitching like 1/8 of an inch in. And my stitches, that's not gonna work right now. I maybe could have used it for the edge, so shoot. I was kind of excited to do that. Oh well, it was a good thought. We'll need to do a project with it soon. Yeah, so I was up there for high school. It's kind of awful up there. But yeah. So as soon as, where were you, Terry? I've been calling for you. So yes, exactly. You had to go get dressed up to go to South Coast Plaza. Yeah, it's super fancy. There's another one that's super fancy down there, like in Dana Point, right? So, no, you're fine, Terry. So I've got this little, I've got this top stitching foot, and I was wondering if I can lift up this little black thing. See how it moves up and down? See? I'm sure you have this foot. So I was just curious if I wanted different widths, would I put this on the outer edge here, and then that way I'd get like from here to here. But that's not how it works, is it? So I can't. Could I put it over here? No. It has to be in this slot. So basically no, it's not adjustable, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I was like, $60 t-shirt. That's not, yeah, that's nothing there. So it's kind of funny. I worked in like probably one of the most down-to-earth places in that mall, the sporting goods store. And that was actually really fun, even though I felt a little bit like some of the people there were a little bit passive-aggressive. And they had like a full-on ski shop, so they would wax skis there for the winter, which was so foreign to me. I was like, who goes skiing in Orange County? But I'm pretty sure that's why that store existed in the mall, was the skiing. All right, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Terry. I remember you saying that, and I've seen that foot package. That's kind of what I need. Yeah, no worries. I'm glad I did, Leah. Now I know, right? I wish I would have stitched in my hem there, but it's okay. These are cute. These look kind of fancy for me. I can't believe we're only on the pockets. Jab, 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 jab. All right, so now we're going to do the yoke. We'll get to that waistband side seam. I can really drag out the backs, can't I? This is the center, so it's this one here. Oh, I need to overlock. I'm gonna need to overlock a little bit. This is a 5/8 inch seam. I could flat fell this, I guess. Oh, you know what? I want to switch to my blue bobbin now, though. I've been kind of waiting to do that. I've been using the white bobbin for all the top stitching. Yeah, Big Bear, exactly. Aw, is your friend okay? That's the worst. Are they a newish mom? You're so out of practice with live streams. I set a reminder for everything so I can just like freely relax, you know what I mean? So like during the day I set one for pattern chowder yesterday so I don't forget. And I can just like do whatever I'm doing and engross myself. It's just reminding myself to do the reminder that I need to do. Okay. This fabric is so stretchy that I'm not surprised that I had a little extra hanging off at the end. And remember what my presser foot was doing to the fly? All right, I'm gonna overlock this off camera right here, if that's okay. Do you need something blue on screen so I don't blind you? That help? Oh, she doesn't, oh, good. I'm glad she doesn't have to go to the ER. This little tiny screwdriver. One more. Do you guys press your yoke seam up or down? That's so true, Leah. But Leah, I feel like it's taking me years to get to that point. But we haven't gotten a shut up and sew comment in a really long time. Lately, I've been getting people that think they know better, and maybe they do, but they don't need to talk like that to me or anybody, you know. Rough night, baby still sick, but it's not needing our. Oh, yeah. See, you guys, I feel like Libby said that to spite you, Shem. No, I'm just teasing. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, my dad, when his last parent passed away afterward, he had always wanted a cabin up there. So he bought one in Arrowhead or Crestline, and it was an old Forestry Service cabin, so it had been there for over 100 years. It was pretty cool. They sold it. It was very small, like not even a studio practically. So, yeah, exactly, Leah. They're up in their game though, and okay, see now I always do this going up too, but you know, I did someone's video and they wanted it pressed down recently. That's why I was asking. I'm gonna do it up because my pocket's so close. But yeah, the Twitch just changed their rules for streamers, and they now allow multi-platform streaming. So I could actually probably stream on both now, which I know that would make one person really happy. Look how wavy that is. It'll calm down in the wash though. And I'm actually seeing some of my favorite like small streamers. They are doing so much better now, which is interesting because you're right. Live streaming on YouTube isn't really that great. Like as far as like the discoverability and how the chat works and everything. And but it's like really boosting these people's channels a lot. Ooh, I just almost fell off right there. And they're doing it both. And so like today I was watching him, I was like, oh, wow. Last time I tuned in, like when I used to watch him a lot, he had like under 100 viewers, but he's so good at the game. He's a pleasure to watch. He's very low key. He doesn't really act crazy or anything. So he's not distracting. And then like a ranked mode came out in the game, and he was like #1 in the world pretty quickly. And I was like, yeah, I knew this guy was really good. His aim is just so good. And then they recently did this change in Twitch. Now he streams on YouTube, and I saw he was suggested to me on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, there he is. And he had something like 1,200 viewers on YouTube. This is someone I had only seen like having under 100. When he got the ranked mode, he would frequently have like 300 people in his stream, and I was so happy for him because he's getting the recognition he deserved. And then I opened Twitch just right before the stream just to put something on the background, and he had 1,000 people on Twitch, so he probably has even a lot more on YouTube. So I think that's really cool. So yeah. I don't know. I like it like this because I like when I think of top stitching, I always think of the top layer going down like this, you know, like zoop, 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 if I were to do a bunch of stripes. But there probably is some advantages to pushing it down, like the seam allowance. Obviously, I had to trim it. See, like it would be more flush. You know, you can trim that. No big deal. But I've seen both. Maybe if you had a really drastic curve, one would lay nicer. Yeah, I know. I am happy for him. He's a chill guy, you know, really good. I don't think he gets asked as much to be partnered in for like tournaments and things. And I'm gonna say it. I think it's because of his race. So I think he gets discriminated against. But he's definitely some of the best aim in the game because it's not his personality. Like he's not toxic or anything like that. So, and you see that a lot. All right, I'm gonna do my center back seam. I don't think I'm going to do anything like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think flat felled would be, I don't know, flat felled on the rise? I could do that. Maybe that would be better in such a stretchy fabric. What do I think? I think honestly, I'm not, because if I need to change it, although flat filled, it wouldn't be overlocking. I don't think it's wrong though, Libby. I think that there's two schools of thought. That's what I'm wondering. Am I inseam? I think I will on the inseam. I will flat fell. You're saying flat fell, right? Not French. Yeah, flat fell the inseam. Because I was thinking about flat felling the side seam. But then I can't do the inseam too without crying a little bit. So, yeah, I was thinking about bulk. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I usually do, Shim. I think that I was just thinking, like, if I had to remove one because of a fit adjustment I want to make, I would much rather not take out overlocking. Yeah, exactly. I like the inseam a lot. I like the side seam because I find it a little more comfortable. But the inseam, I'm going to do the inseam for sure. I could serge these separately. If I have to make any fit adjustments, it's probably going to be the side seam. Let's be honest. It's going to be probably the side seam. I probably wouldn't do the center back. Yeah, they don't all do that. They sometimes do the side seam, the flat felling, but like on the Esmonds for Cashmerette, which is not ready to wear right now, but they did the side seam. And I think that's honestly because of all the cargo pockets. I'm wearing my Esmonds today, actually. I love the fit of these things. They are hands down the pants I want to put on the most often right now. I like how high they are in the front. Okay, so we have, and we're going to press this to the right. So I'm going to overlock it with this side up. I'm going to overlock this really quick. Okay. Don't have to do any tricky, you know, overlocking with this. Oh, I didn't get that very lined up, did I? Yeah, I think I prefer the inseam to be flat felled 100%. Yeah, I do that same stitch, Shim. Anything to flatten it out, you know. I like the inseam flat felled. I think it's a lot more comfortable. I got a little bit of a point here. I didn't make any fit adjustments to that though, so that might be in the pattern. I don't think I've double stitched a back seam in a while. I hope I like these. Do you think white was a little too, they're not gonna stay white. This'll take up some of the blue dye. There's not much on my hands though. When I do the, it's a brand new seam ripper I just dropped. I'm really glad it didn't do anything. When I do this seam, I always press it to the right. And I do this because this one is pressed to the right as well. So that when they lay on top of each other, they will be the reverse from one another. See? So I just stay consistent. I just press to the right as if I'm facing it, and then that way It keeps me out of trouble. Oh yeah, cut 2 on the fold. Yeah, don't even start it on that. That's just bad. Bad. Yeah, there's butt B. Yeah. I'm excited about these. I really thought about lots of different things for the like pattern tools. And there's really not anything that is like overtly that, right? So it was kind of hard. I was like, well, my pattern scissors, my tracing wheel, my pattern notcher. It's a lovely butt, thank you. I hope you say that to me in person, Sydney. Okay, let's check my inseams. I do have knee notches, so let's match those. Always match your knee notches. Your legs should be the same between hem and knee. Between here and here, you may have a little bit of easing. It's very easy to ease. I might not be wearing these though, so it might be a little awkward if you just say that randomly. Okay, other knee notch. Where are you? There you are right there. Okay. It was a bold move notching that when I knew I would flat fell this. Okay, so I am flat felling this inseam right now, and so I put this wrong sides together. And I have 5/8 inch seam allowance on this. So this is because Terry, I got 2 pairs of jeans out of this fabric, but look, that's how close I cut it. Like I had to dip into the side seam here. So this is on the front, which is great because the, I just had to double check, the flat filling goes towards the front, so it'll cover it up. The other thing I had to do, Terry, was make my inner waistband fabric, not denim. It was tight. But I got 2 pairs cut out. The other fabric I used was the same polka dot, but in black. I thought about making my other pair of jeans this afternoon, but I don't know. I've been kind of doing like a lot of little like personal pattern drafting this week when I have so much else to do. But I just knew that's all I could really focus on with so many other streams and stuff. And but my bags for my kits arrived today, finally. So now I can package those up and get them out of my way. I finished my double-double pattern at the beginning of the week, so I'll release that in March. The aisle jeans. I have not heard of those. By Chalk and Notch, Fiona? Anyone made the aisle jeans? Helene jeans have some built-in ease in the upper thigh. I think it helps fit. Oh yeah, that's good. Ooh, silk scraps. Fancy. You are special. I am. As long as they fit well, Nancy, I am. That's why I thought it might be fun to do something sewing themed for once. Usually I'm doing like watermelon or California stuff, like the quail or poppies. I'm not very creative when it comes to that. I just am like, oh, what do I like? Maybe I should do a video game thing. All right. So we're looking at the fronts on top right here. So we're going to trim this side, the fronts, and I like to put them face down so I don't accidentally trim. Oh, am I doing this? Oh, dang. We need to re-sew these because I forgot my thread's white right now. We could stitch this down from this side and then maybe, no. Yeah, I'm actually going to stitch this again from this side now. See, I have navy blue bobbin thread and I should have had the cream. I should have done it from this side, honestly. I forgot, sorry. Now you know, don't do that. So we're just gonna sew it again. No one will see the other side of this. It's gonna get, I think, right? Yeah. So sew this with your backs up. Hi, Eliza, how's it going? Oh yeah, the foxes. Those are probably the first pockets I stitched on camera, right? Those were the Mountain View pull-ons. I was just thinking about those. Someone commented on that video and I was like, I wouldn't mind making another pair of those. You've been so afraid of making jeans with stitches. Yeah. It's, look at it, it's all straight stitches. Look at this. It's just a lot of straight stitching and if you know, you can do matching threads so you don't have to do fancy top stitching, right? So yeah, you're making Talking Natural Isle jeans now. Oh yeah, I think I have seen those. All right, so we're gonna trim the front down, like to 1/4 inch, 6.3 millimeters. As someone told me in a recent video, this is wrong. It's not. Wait, there's a new person? Did someone just subscribe? Liza? Welcome, Liza! They're like, ah! Why is someone talking to me? Yeah, the hardest part is the fitting, right? Let's be careful here. Exactly, Terry. That's what I said. I was like, well, actually, there is not one way to do anything. There's one way to wear pants, and I'm sure someone would prove me wrong on that too. That's about it, right? I mean, you can wear them on your head. You do you. Yeah, I totally agree with Shem, Jackie. I will literally sew if like whatever is like scary to you, I will sew that with you in workshop. Like we can do it side by side. What pants are you wearing right now? The Esmonds. So they're club patterned by Cashmerette. They're the ones that have the print. Many roads to the same destination. Exactly. To think that there's one way to do anything in sewing, like I feel like in some ways that would be a comforting thought because it would make you feel like, okay, I just need to learn this one way to do this and then I'll know how to do it, right? And like that is a legit feeling. But sewing did not develop from one place in the world with one person. It developed lots of places, you know. So people figured out things differently and we all learn differently. We all have different fabrics. We all have different tools. So thankfully there are lots of ways to do things. I think it's really funny when people will praise like a older way to do something. So much so like it's the only way and that was the perfect way to do it. And it's like, no, they were trying to cut corners doing that. So while it was a great method, it doesn't mean that it's the best method for everything. Just because it's older does not make it better sometimes. It just means that that's what one person developed, so everyone did it, you know? Just like how, you know, having a serger isn't the best way to do things, right? It's not the best way to finish all seams. All right, so I just pressed my seam toward the front. And if you want to press it again, you can. I guess I will. This is the easy way, easy pressing, because it's just going to wrap around that cut edge. Like it is. Could I use my top stitch foot for this, maybe? I think it's going to be too far away from the edge, like too close to my original. And now you have to do jeans, yeah. Sure, Bear, yeah, exactly. Right, there's not one way to do anything, you know? I can't think of anything that there's just like, it would be comforting. Like I can see how that would be really comforting. I would be the same way, especially if I'm learning something. I'm like, oh, this is so overwhelming. There's so many things to learn. I would just want to learn the one way, but you know, I've had people like a long time ago when I was teaching people, and they were self-taught and doing a great job, you know. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting that you do it this way. Have you tried this? And they were very proud of themselves for figuring out how to do whatever it was at the time, you know, like whatever, I don't know what it was, all on their own. And it was fine how they did it, but it really wasn't like the nicest, longest lasting way to do it. But the thing is, like, they figured that out. So that's a good example of they like it. And when you figure something out all on your own, sometimes you get more attached to it because you remember that struggle you went through and you just feel like, you know, nobody knows that you were crying at your sewing machine all by yourself, and then you figured it out and you're like, yes. So it's kind of easy to get attached to something. Like I am with the way I sew my yokes. And I still get people telling me, you should just burrito method it. I'm like, why? That works great, but you don't have to. Yeah, and exactly. It is really good to know more than one way because you might be like, oh. In fact, I can give a good knitting example for this. My friend taught me how to knit. And she taught me how to knit where you hold the yarn in your right hand. So you throw. It's called throwing, right? And I moved away. In fact, this person dropped me as a friend because I moved away. But and I bought yarn, and it had elastic in it to make socks. And I could not knit these socks by throwing the yarn. I just wasn't a very good knitter either. At the time, it was kind of new, and socks were kind of like a good, easy beginning project. And so I learned that if I held the yarn, I didn't know this was a thing, by the way. I didn't know people held the yarn with their left hand too. But if I held it with my left hand, I could keep the tension of the yarn better, and it wouldn't get like all huge because it was elastic yarn, so it was getting big if I didn't maintain it. And so, and that's called picking, like you pick the thread, right? Pick the yarn. So, and when I went back and I was visiting, I was knitting with her, she was so offended that I was holding the yarn with my left hand. And I didn't know this was a big deal in the knitting world. Like I literally didn't want to learn to knit. She made me learn to knit because she wanted a buddy to knit with. I ended up falling in love with it. Great, right? So it all worked out. She was so affronted, and it turns out that she had been with this knitting group of women, and they were all older than her, and they were super like proper knitters and whatever. They were just kind of like a little snarky and a little bit closed-minded about certain things, and she just thought it was kind of fun to knit with them because it was entertaining, but a lot of them did the picking. So it's because it can be faster. I won't say it is faster because people have proven that you can be just as fast holding the yarn in your right hand. But I was a lot faster And I was faster than her, and she had taught me, and I didn't know that. Like, I was just like, oh, this is just so much easier. Oh, the other reason I did it was ergonomics. I have a lot of hand issues, and I found that the less motion, the better for my hands, and that's it. You just pick the yarn like this, rather than going, you know, like this, stopping, wrapping for each stitch. That's the difference. And she was getting a little bit more stubborn in learning this because people were like, but it's faster and you could do more. And when she saw that I did it, she just felt like it was like a slap in the face. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I had no clue. It was really funny. Where'd my, oh, hey there. Okay, wait, I missed a lot in chat. I was just yammering on. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? I never remember the name of the two. Yeah, people get exactly. People get so worried when they think their kingdom is being invaded. Little do they know they didn't have a kingdom to begin with. She eventually did switch, by the way. And she had to, it had to be her idea, and the way she decided to, like, make it okay for herself, which I thought was actually a really smart way. She's like, because people would say, but you'll be faster. And she's like, I am fast already. And she was like, well, if I'm really fast doing this, I'll be even faster if I do it the other way. And that's why she started doing it that way. But I thought it was interesting because I still think she taught knitting to pick and do that. And I never did. I always taught, like, I taught a lot of kids in 4-H how to knit, and I taught them how to pick. Actually, Cricket taught them for me. It was great. She's my junior leader. Continental, when you hold the yarn in the left hand. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay. Exactly right. They don't have a kingdom. It's not their kingdom. We're all in the same kingdom here. Oh my gosh, Tiffany, right? Yeah, I used to host a group of like, you could do whatever you wanted in it at the library. I started as like a knitting crochet group, but people would do whatever, I don't care. And yeah, that would sometimes come up and I'd be like, nope. I would just like, I would rarely regularly be like, nope, we do not comment on that. Like, people can do whatever they want here. You could tell like the person being attacked would just be like, oh, thank you. Yeah, there's like Portuguese knitting. There are so many ways to knit. So that's why I say, like, someone telling me that I'm flat felling not the proper traditional original way, I'm like, who said that? A YouTuber, by the way, a YouTuber told them that, and they have a video on it because they linked it. And I was like, I think that the way that YouTuber did it was they were mimicking the way a flat fell machine does it. And so that's a whole nother topic. Like, when you consider the way a machine does something the proper way, when the machine usually was either invented to make production faster, and maybe that stitch never existed, right, before, whatever it is, or B, they're trying to imitate something that's been done for 100 years, you know, or 1,000 years. So there's, ready to wear is not always the proper way, you know, so compared to what compared to, what are you asking? Who are you asking that to, Lippy? All right, here's my flat felled seam. It's a little wide in places. Tiffany. Exactly. Yeah, right, Terry, exactly. I'm like, why are you here commenting? Why are you here linking someone else's channel? in a way that makes it sound like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what? It felt to me that they were trying to promote that person's channel. Like, I'm like, cool, another sewing YouTuber. That's great. Oh, you say compared to what? Exactly. Yeah. Oh, God. You know what? If we all wanted a handbook for something, wouldn't we all like a handbook for life first? Not sewing. I want the handbook to life. You know? If you're going to say that, like, oh, so who said that? All right, so we're going to do my side seam, so I'm just going to put right sides together. And I do like what Shem said. I will do this first, and then I will overlock it, and then we'll just top stitch down to the bottom of our pocket here. You can do the whole thing, but once we have legs, it gets hard. And then we're going to do our waistband. Me either. I know, Louise, it's kind of funny. I like it when it's a conversation. Like, sometimes people will be like, hey, I'm just curious. Like, someone asked me the other day, like, great video, thanks. I'm curious, why did you change the stitch length at that spot? They weren't like, you don't have to do that. Why would you do that? They wanted to know why. And it was a short, like a YouTube short. So I just didn't take the time to explain it because I have 1 minute. And so it's like, great, thanks for just asking. I would love to tell you why, because I couldn't really in the video. Why is my outseam not matching? Oh, it is. It is, right? Is it because of the stretch? Where's that notch? Oh yeah, we're getting off. Okay, yeah, we need to shut up for a second here. We're getting off like a bit, so let's take that out. Anywho, yeah, right, Mullen? There's like so many ways. Maybe it's like what you're using. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many ways to do it. Was I going to ask you guys earlier something non-sewing related? I think I was going to ask you guys what your favorite dessert is right now. We got Thai food last night. There's a really good Thai restaurant here, thankfully. And they have really good mangoes and sticky rice, and they use the purple rice, which I love. And we were in town again, picking up my car again. It has to go back again next week. But they finally figured out what's going on with the little blower motor, which is great. But I'm gonna go further back. But they do it so good. And I offered a little bit to my husband. I meant it, but I will admit I was being a little bit polite. And he was like, yeah, I'll take a little bite. And he's not a big dessert eater. So I just gave him like 2 slices of mango and a little bit. And there wasn't as much rice in this dish this time. So I was a little bit like, oh no, my rice, because it's so good. And I told him, I was like, if I come down here in a little bit and that's still sitting here, I'm eating it. He was like, okay. I came down later. It wasn't there. And I was like, good. I opened the fridge this morning. It was in the fridge. I was like, babe. He's like, I know. I put it in the fridge because I was like, oh, I didn't eat this. I'll put it in the fridge so it stays cold for her. And I didn't tell you. I was like, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I know, Eliza. I just got this new seam ripper and it's dangerous. You're a salty snacker. Okay, so that's your dessert. Potato chips. Oh, yeah. Ooh, fudge brownies. Do you like salty and sweet together, Leah? Like potato chips with brownies? That'd be really good to me. Like I'm one of those people that would I like Fritos on my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, you are, Jackie? Oh. They have this, I got kind of a probably less common dish last night, because I wasn't like 100% in the mood for Thai. And then until we started ordering, and I was like, nah, I'm really in the mood for this. But I got they have a whole barbecued Cornish game hen, and then they like spatchcock it so they flatten it, you know. So I got that, and then we got some rice. I wanted veggies, but I knew he wasn't gonna eat the veggies. But vegan blueberry cheesecake. Ooh, that sounds good. Not like the same. Yeah, exactly. Potato chips and fudge brownies together. Not in the same mouthful, but yeah, but inner. Really, Terry? You can't eat. Oh, see, I'll pour syrup on the sausage. Yeah. Yeah, same, Jackie. I'm so thankful for this place. It's so good. All right, so we're just gonna, I'd much rather let this hang off a little bit up here and then get my legs twisted. That's why I just took all that out. All right. And I might need to, I think I already lessened this, so I'm not going to lessen anymore because of the spring incident. But I am using my fingers to kind of slide this. And it's just, my denim's super stretchy. So what's been happening is the top layer is getting pushed like this, right? So I'm just holding it really firmly. Oh, that sounds good, Tiffany. Anything chocolate or pavlova. Oh, sausage dip and syrup. Yeah. Salted caramel ice cream on a fudgy brownie or German chocolate cake. Oh, I haven't had German chocolate cake in a long time. Peanut butter chocolate cheesecake. That sounds decadent. Well, Julie, tell us what you like. Stop, yucking our yum, Julie. Suck it up, Buttercup. Put yourself out there. You got to tell us now. What's your treat? Don't yuck our yum. I just ordered more black licorice. And then my husband said, oh, well, so much for your Valentine's gift. Whoops. Oh, my old assistant, Rayanne. Oh, Cheez-Its are her love language, man. Like 100%. Cheez-Its are her love language. And it's funny because I saw them at the store the other day and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get myself a box. And I like the extra toasty ones. But I ate them with a piece of chocolate. Don't yuck our yum. Look at Julie being all quiet. Oh, there we go. Jam roll, Polly, and custard if you don't mind. That sounds good. Custard in the UK is pretty good. It's a little hit and miss here. We don't do pudding as well. You're not a big chocolate either, but chocolate covered bacon, yeah, so you like the savory sweet. I had a deep fried Oreo at a fair once at the Dixon Fairgrounds for Lambtown, and it was really good. You know, I haven't seen Lindsay Reed in a while. Huh. So British, yeah. Where do I get good black licorice? Let me tell you. I order from Licorice International. It's a website. And I hope you all start getting ads for it now. Oh, your lemon tree. I may have to come visit. I've been thinking about coming to Sacramento. Licorice International, and they organize it. If you like, you can look at the organization by country. So if you have a favorite licorice you like, it's really good. I love it. So I like Dutch style. I like the, in English, the fairy tale ones, but they're like sprookjes. I also like the chalk, the licorice chalk. I love that stuff. Yeah, lemon. Oh, yeah. It's my mom's birthday this month. So, I'm kind of like, ooh, lemon bars. Yeah, her lemon tree is prolific. And you don't have Myers, do you? I have a really good lemon bar recipe from Cooks Illustrated. I love Cooks Illustrated. I feel like they're my people. Jackie lives in the US, I'm pretty sure. Or is it Canada? No, Jackie lives in the US. There's another licorice site that my family orders for me on, and when they order like the kind I like, it's really good. I like it. I'm not familiar with their website. There probably are there's another licorice ordering website. They're Eureka's, yeah, that's why they're so good. Ooh, a professional ice cream maker. That would be dangerous for me. I have the Cuisinart ice cream maker. Like, it's just like a frozen bowl that you attach. It works really good though. You can't tag people on your phone. Oh yeah. Got a fresh ice maker. New Jersey. Okay. She lives in New Jersey. Yeah, the America's Test Kitchen, exactly. So they did this whole like lemon bar thing in one of their magazines, like the subscription I used to have. So good. Their TikTok is actually really funny. It's kind of funny to say, but it is. I'm not on there enough, so I forget to like look at people that I follow. I'll have to check them out again. Chocolate mousse made with the best chocolate in the world. That sounds good. I really like chocolate mousse or chocolate pudding when there's really cold whipped cream. So decadent, right? Yeah, World Market, yeah, if you just want to go to a store, World Market is pretty good. Yeah. I love Tire Tracks. I think one thing that thing I don't like about the black licorice we get in the United States is we get a lot of, and I'm really sorry, Australia, I don't like the packaged Australian licorice. When I was in Australia and I got fresh licorice, it was good. Never found it again. It was just sitting there like in homemade packaging at the register of a convenience market, like little tiny supermarket. I was like, and I got it. I almost didn't because I don't really like a lot of the black licorice we get that's from Australia. It tastes like petroleum. Like I can taste gasoline. And that might be just something like me, like how people taste soap when they taste coconut or cilantro, you know? So, okay, Jackie, see you later. Have fun with your Thai food. Get some mangoes and sticky rice. They do. I mean, they have like lowbrow licorice on that website, SureBear, and I just got a Dutch version of Good and Plenty, and it was kind of a risk because Good and Plenty is okay. It's not that great though, and they have like this. They weren't like pastel color. They weren't pink and white. They were like primary colors. But I wanted to get to $35, so I got that. Oh, I was about to trim this. We don't need to do that. I would have had to flat fell. All right, so now I'm gonna overlock my seam here. I just kind of want to peek in here, make sure it's all looking okay. And then we'll do the waistband. You like chocolate mousse too, Ray? Is that too bright? You know, I could do this. Sorry it's so bright. Do the serger over here. Can't really see it, but that wasn't a good noise, was it? It was a little thick right there. Chocolate mousse. That's what my step grandma used to say. Chocolate mousse, fruit cake. Emmy, would you like some chocolate mousse? She was really sweet. I guess I didn't get rid of all the threads when I ripped out that seam, because I'm immortalizing a few in here. Bummer. What are we caught on right now? I don't have the box on here. I have like a little a waistband, but I don't have it attached right now. Dang, I forgot to take out my thread of the ripped out seam. All right. Make it, Sydney. That's not what you're supposed. Well, good. If you make it, you'll have it for all to yourself at home. Pie. Okay. I'm just gonna top stitch the seam. We could probably zoom in a little bit. It's so bright. I got some good sleep last night. Went to bed earlier. Didn't even wake up really early either. Okay, fake bar tack. This is the bottom of my pocket right there. So right there. I just feel for it. Do the other side. What would you make, Sydney? Would you make a cheesecake? There is, do you have a cheesecake factory near you, Libby? Just asking for a friend. They have this cheesecake. I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, it's the banana cheesecake. I know that sounds crazy, but it is so good. That sounds really good right now. Where's the bottom? There it is. All right. Waistband time that I threw in the garbage somehow. Here we go. So I'm going to do this a little differently. Why are the cameras looking weird? This looks really weird to me. This is right here. Oh, you don't have the right, yeah, you definitely need the right pan for that one. Yeah, exactly, Ray. I think so. Ooh, orange and vanilla upside down. That sounds good. I just don't really like the color of the camera right now. It's kind of that yellow. Maybe we can correct it a little bit. How's that? That looks a lot better to me. Cheesecake is got to be one of the easiest desserts to make. The hardest thing about cheesecake is getting it into the oven and out of the oven, because I use a water bath to cook it. Even if you don't use a water bath, getting that puppy in there when it's all like liquid, you're just like, you know. I put it on a cookie sheet and then carry it in. She'll eat the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Maybe she needs to have it more often so she doesn't binge it. But you don't want to make it less special, right? Make a big tall cheesecake and we do not cook it. Oh. What kind of cheesecake is that? I've heard of that, the no-bake cheesecake. Okay, so usually when I do a waistband, I like to sew it. If I want a clean finished waistband inside and out, I will sew my outer waistband to all the pieces of my outer waistband, all the pieces of my inner waistband, and then I sew the inner waistband first. So I put right side to the wrong side of my inner pant, right? And then I sew the outer waistband along the top. And then I turn under the outer waistband and top stitch it all down so that I finish it from the right side so we can see everything. The other way I like to do is with a binding inside on the lower edge. And so then what I do is I will bind the inner waistband, sew the inner waistband to the outer waistband along the top, never the ends till the very end. And then I sew the front waist, the outer waistband to the pant, press it all, and then I just lay that like bound, you know, waistband flat on the inside and then top stitch it from the right side. So you finish from the right side as well. This time I'm going to do something different, and I haven't done this in years. Let's hope it goes well. So these are the fronts and this is the center back. So I'm going to do it so that it is all sewn at the same time, the bottom seam. And we're going to poke in the edges. I feel like I'm going to regret this. Is this a 1/2 inch seam? Oof. Why do I want to do a 1/2 inch seam here? I feel like I want to. And then we'll edge stitch the top. There's risks with everything. Jello no bake cheese, hand cherries holds a special place in my heart. Yeah, the quick and dirty fix. That's pretty good. Wait, how does Terry put it first? Fill the cookie sheet with water before. Yeah, that's what I do too. Yeah, and if you've preheated the oven, you should put hot water in there, Amy. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like Terry and I do something kind of similar. Yeah, that does sound pretty amazing. Soft cheese like queso blanca or creme fraiche, or what's the soft cheese you use? Cream cheese? Okay, here's my waistband. And here's my inner waistband. And I have to think about this. We're going to put the inner waistband to the, wait, let's make sure that's the bottom edge. So the bottom edge here like this. Once I get it a little pinned, I'll orient you. Philadelphia. Oh yeah, so cream cheese. Okay. I like theirs the best too. Sometimes I've used Neufchâtel, but it's not the same. Yeah, I think so too, Libby. I think they don't have the cutting we have going on. All right, I'm going to start with the center back here and pin these on here. So I have the bottom edge of my waistband, inner and outer, sandwiching my jeans here. Let's see, where's my notch? Okay, there's the notch. I'm not even trying on these pants first. Like, Nancy's like, no big cheesecake is like the jeans I'm making. They're not real jeans, in her opinion, because I don't have a coin pocket or belt loops. Disappointing. I'm always disappointing somebody. Oh, it's icing sugar. That sounds sweet. Like powdered, we call that powdered sugar, which is sugar and cornstarch. Right. I've been loving the whole expose on butter here in the United States, like people who've been buying butter and then they go to Costco and they're like, wait, what's wrong with this stuff? Powdered sugar, aka confectioner sugar, exactly. Which is like a mix of finely ground sugar and cornstarch and something else, right? Can't remember. Should I put this on first? Maybe I should put my label on. I did these two this time. I'm trying to use these up and I felt like the green worked. Let's put this on real quick. This is the center back. Could do this right here. Maybe we'll do this after it's sewn. Well, I could do it and then just pin it out of the way. Maybe that's what I'll do, okay. Because of the type of label I'm using this time, it's not gonna hang out from the bottom seam. I'm gonna stitch around the top, like around this thing here. So let's center it for the most part, like right there. Okay. Oh, it is, okay, okay. Yeah, the Costco butter is not the higher fat content. Yeah, the regulation for that is really not great for like what constitutes calling it butter. So they're cutting it. After working on a dairy farm, I feel like I don't really know what things truly are sometimes because like buttermilk in the store, I don't know what that is, but it's not anything like I learned was buttermilk when we would make buttermilk when we would make butter. You know, it's like the byproduct of butter. And same with, you know, just some of the other, they just act differently. Yeah, the Aldi apparently is fine. That came out too. The Aldi is fine. We don't have Aldis here. Don't you have Lurk? Yeah, it's not real buttermilk. Like the buttermilk that we buy at the store in the United States, it's like a creamy. When real buttermilk is like this thin liquid. What's Lurpak? I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm gonna pin this up here. Yeah, exactly. You have an Aldi? Oh, we don't have one. All right, so here, okay, so we got our waistband. I'm wondering, because I didn't do, don't even take this as an opportunity, Nancy, but because I don't use belt loops, it is kind of a bummer to like have my seam there, you know, and I just wanted to save fabric. Yeah, exactly, Terry. That's exactly, yeah, whey and buttermilk are the same thing. When I need buttermilk, I use, you guys know who Bob's Red Mill is? And everyone in the West does. But they are like a mill that mills lots of different flours. They also have a dried buttermilk. That's what I keep on hand. And you can just add water to it to make it. I feel like that's as close as what's in the store. I am totally fine with it, Nancy. Yeah, I know. It's the like real buttermilk is pretty strong too. Okay, I'm getting to my zipper here, so let me try hard a little bit here. Between the teeth, please. There we go. So see how I'm doing this? I'm doing this right sides together. Yeah, I love dried buttermilk because it always sneaks up on me when I need it. And I love having that package of it because then I can just, I even have like a little cheat sheet on the top of the bin that holds it. So I will use 1/8 of a cup. I have the 1/8 of a cup in there because I don't use it for anything else. I just leave it in that bin. And then I wrote right how much. It's like a weird measurement, what it takes to make, like if I only need like a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, you know? I feel like I'm getting some wrinkles here. We did that the other day, Tiffany. I don't know why, but I just was like, you know what? I feel like having pancakes and eggs for lunch. And I wasn't even going to offer it to Michael because I thought he'd be like, no, because he's not very much into sweets, you know. And then I said, you know, I'm going to make pancakes and eggs for lunch. We have all this pancake. He bought this huge box of pancake mix. And I'm like, we are never going to eat this. I don't know. Nobody eats it because Cricket moved out. So we did. And he was like, that was such a good idea. It was so satisfying. Cricket's girlfriend's from upstate New York. And so they brought us like maple syrup. And so we had that. It was good. No breakfast food after 10 a.m. Yeah, that person. Yeah, I can see that. If you're not that into syrup, I could totally see that. Yes, if you're, I don't know if Shim's starting to see that. Yeah, you can Google this, and there's all these controversial, like not controversial, but like everyone's talking about the butter thing. You can find out what brands are testing okay. But people were kind of like, am I going crazy? And then finally people were like, am I going crazy? And then everyone started talking about it. And I guess it's a thing. And it's funny because I've seen other people just be like, oh shoot, you guys, I didn't make sure my flies were the same. Eek, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. Let's see. Hopefully I've already sewn on the lower side. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to be okay. Because see, remember I have to trim this side down. So let's see here. This is a lot easier way to check your waistband than the other sewing methods, that's for sure. Let's see here. Okay, so here's my front fly. Okay, this is where my seam needs to be. Phew. We got lucky there. Let's see, can I blend in that much to there? Let's just take this out here. Yeah, I think we can. So I'm gonna get this nice and flat. And we're gonna blend this. I don't usually cut my tape early because I don't want to forget, you know. Oh, you guys, I saw Hearts is having all fabric is on sale, 20% off right now, and the code's BOLT. Thanks, Amy, for putting it in chat. I couldn't remember what it was. Oh, Susan, that's interesting. Yeah, exactly. They're cutting the butter. Sometimes people will also cut butter with oil. I don't think they can sell it that way, though. All right. So as long as I'm sewing on that line right there, we're good. Okay. You want your fly to match right there because it's a problem if it doesn't. It's not one of those things you can fake very well. I mean, otherwise your waistband will be really off at the top too. Oh, that's right. You do the leave it out method for your yogurt making, Ray. Michael just made me yogurt 2 days ago. We do it in the Instant Pot though. It takes 8 hours, or sometimes we'll do 24 hours. Accidentally. Oh no, my waistband's not reaching. What the what? We gotta back it up. Buttermilk is the rest of fresh milk after the, yeah, exactly. So yeah, so like when you make butter, you can only do that from cream, like the stuff that rises to the top, right? So whipping cream would be the stuff you'd buy in the store. But people are having trouble even making butter from whipping cream right now. Like that's how bad it's gotten. And so usually like they'll do this in school with kids, right? They'll give them whipping cream in a jar and they shake it for hours, not hours, but they shake it, shake it, shake it. And then the fats separate and you get butter and whey, or butter and the milk of the butter, buttermilk. Yeah, I think it might be shim. I'm not worried about it. If anything, I want the waist to be a little smaller anyway, and I can always ease the pants into it because they're so stretchy. I think that would be good. I almost left my original waistband on these, and I thought, no, don't do that. That's why I interfaced both these so they won't stretch, but the pants are stretching. Night, Mullen. Sleep well. Yeah, heavy cream has all kinds of weird stuff in it, yeah. I used to bake a ton, like a ton. Not professionally or anything like that, but I was into it on a nerdy level. My daughter has a way better head for it. She's more sciencey than I am too. More into, really good at biology stuff, so I think that's why. I like that stuff, but it just goes right in and out of my head. You add what, peanut butter? Oh, to your plain yogurt? That sounds good. I make my own granola. So I have plain yogurt granola and like a third of an apple. That's my breakfast, and it has been for probably 15 years. I'm probably not getting any nutritional value from it if I've been eating it that long, huh? See, like I can get this in here. Where did I miss the notch? Maybe I didn't put this at the notch. Here's the notch right here. That seems like a bit. Back here it's perfect. Right here, not so much. It could have been a little stretched out from this right here. Although this is fixed. It might, I don't want it to all be in this little section here. But that's the notch right there. Could I get that in there? Maybe it's my shield. Can I ease that in there? I really think I can. I know I can ease it in. I just am wondering how far I gotta go. We'll put a little stitch in it. Sometimes people purposely make waistbands a little smaller. Just, you can ease your pant into it. Wait. No. Shoot. I was like, wait, my lining is right there. Why is that? It's pinned, that's why. I forgot to unpin it. Wait, what? Does my daughter like Heston? I don't know who that is. Is that a cooking person? Oh, that's nice, Sydney. Wait, what? I am a huge fan of Heston. I have several of his cookbooks. Oh, I'll check them out. Heston Blumenthal. That is a name. I guess I shouldn't talk, but Waitrose. That's a store, isn't it? I was just fantasizing the other day, Sydney, of a grocery store that only had meat, dairy, and produce and bread, all local, or as local as you can get, you know, all locally made or grown, and that's it, nothing else. Maybe you have things like grains, like beans and rice. That would be my ideal grocery store. Oh, okay. I know the science food and, you know, stuff like that, but Oh, wait, we can't cinch too much right here because this is a short section. All right, now we can continue. Okay. I felt like I was easing my other front, but this one's more obvious. I'm having trouble, man. Ugh. It's so stable through this pocket. All right, well, maybe we'll just have to do it by hand. I interfaced my pocket facing here, so it's gonna be a little bit stubborn to ease, but we can do it. It's not gonna be hard, I don't think. You have a store like that? Oh. Yeah, farm market, yeah. I'm easing the pants onto the waistband, exactly. Just this one front. I felt like I was doing that on this one, to be fair. Remember when I said, oh, I feel like I'm getting a wrinkle? Like I did feel like I was easing this. So I may have gotten my waistband measurement a little bit off, or the waistband, I interfaced inner and outer, so it's super stable, whereas the pants are really stretchy. So it could be that. It could be a combination of those things. Could be my cutting, could be my sewing. I could have thought that my pants sewed together with a 1/2 inch seam and I made my waistband reflect that, not the 5/8 inch seam. You know, lots of room for error. So yeah, I'm just easing it on. And there are a lot of times I do this with other patterns too, when I'm like, it's a little off now. It's fine. Okay, so here we have this very easy, ease-ish. You know what I mean. We have this area we have to ease now. I love that idea. Yeah. It wouldn't go over well in Paradise. People would be like, no. But I would shop there for sure. You know, it's like basically like going to the farmer's market, but you would have it in a more controlled, predictable way. What are the advantages? I just haven't done it in a really long time, and someone reminded me of it on Instagram, so I thought, you know what, let's try it. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting it on here. Let's try one layer at a time here. And we're gonna try it with this on the underside, so my feed dogs help me, because look at all that easing I need to do. That's a lot. We might even be able to see it a little bit. We need to go to there at least. So let's try, and we're gonna go right past the zipper. So we don't have to worry about that right now. No, I mean, Paradise is really small. And it's gonna be a little bit more on the mainstream commercial side of food, you know? They're not gonna tolerate a grocery store without soda and potato chips. And I get it, I like those things sometimes too. That was really easy that time. I just put it facing my feed dog since they help ease things in sometimes. All right, now we can put this one on. We'll see a little bit of gathering there though. Not when they're on me, they're gonna stretch, it'll be fine. Oh, there's a little bit of a wrinkle there, let's see. Okay, there we go, I think we're in the clear. This is why I don't pin. I know some people will be like, oh, I need pins, but there's no way I could do this with pins. It's interesting living here because that's the one thing I feel like I had to give up by moving to this area, and I did not assume it would be like this because, you know, a lot of the world's produce is grown relatively near us here, being in this area of California. Like, agriculture is huge, right? But it's not all organic either. And, you know, I don't have to eat organic all the time. That's you know, fine. Organic isn't always what it's cracked up to be. There's issues with it too, right? Okay, so I think I did a smaller seam allowance on this side, so we're gonna double check. But I didn't realize how much non-local stuff we would be seeing. That's not too bad, is it? Okay, okay. Let's check it out. Well, you put that easing stitch in there, and then I had to stop, remember, and just do one side. Let's see what it looks like. That's it right there, so it's pretty obvious. I know, right? There's farmer's market here that runs all year round. I don't really like that. Why do I get so much gathers there? I'm gonna check my pattern piece afterward. Kind of a bummer too, because I can't recut the waistband of the other one I sewed. Is there a ton of stuff grown in Sacramento? Not necessarily in Sacramento, but south of Sacramento. That's basically the Central Valley. So there's a lot here. And in my region, it's nuts and stone fruit, olives, walnuts, almonds, or almonds as they like to say. Yeah, Fresno is where the like hub and what's the place that begins with the M? Where's Barbara? Oh my gosh. It'll come to me in a second. Those are really big agricultural areas. In fact, all the money in our area is in agriculture. Modesto, thank you, Amy. And what else is grown here? And all the stone fruits like peaches and cherries. Good stuff, really good stuff. Like, we get almonds at the farmer's market that are grown locally, which is really cool. Okay. So let's pull up our waistband. So Lean, as far as the advantages, I think that this might be a less intimidating way to put on a waistband. I personally know I think I'm going to find it kind of fussy because now we have to tuck both of these ends in and edge stitch it at the top. We're going to do the sides here first. So I don't know. I think waistbands are always like pick your poison. So yeah, that's probably true, Tiffany. We're not in a food desert, though. It's not that bad. Modesto. Oh, right, Barbara. Thank you. But you knew I meant Modesto, yeah. Right? Okay, we're going to sew the ends here. So this is one thing. I noticed this gal, when she did hers, she had turned these up right here and sewed the ends. I would say don't do that, and I'll show you why in a second. There's like 3 ways you could do this. I'm gonna just go straight down. So I'm gonna flip these over like this so that I'm coming up, and I can kind of see the straight line of my center front there of the fly, right? So we're gonna fold it down like this. Pull that away. And then we're going to sew it and just leave that unfolded. I got my finger right where it needs to go. And let's double check it before we clip anything, because we really want this stitching to be right along the edge here, right? Okay, so now we're gonna trim this around the corner. Definitely check it before you trim, because once you trim this away, there's really not much you can do if you need to adjust it somewhere. And then we'll turn this. Maybe we can open this up. Maybe it'll, let's see if it turns nicer. I don't know if it will. Maybe it'll be worse. Yeah, exactly. All right, see you, Shim. Okay, so we have this. I would like that corner to be a little nicer, but we'll take it. Let's do this one here. So I'm gonna fold this down. Have a look there. Fold it away. Right there along the edge. You don't want to catch your, your pant in there. But you want a nice straight line too. Let's see. I think that'll be right there. All right, and now we'll trim it. Okay. And now we're gonna pull it up. You could reinforce that corner if you're worried too, but I did back stitches near it. Let's try and get this a little nicer. If you're doing denim on the inside and outside, yours is gonna look a little nicer than mine. You won't have this like bright green saying, look here, right? See ya, Leah. Okay, let's go to the iron. Let me turn this so I can see you guys. So we're gonna pull this up. I wish those would stay. They just never do when I do that. Here we go. And we're just gonna pull this pretty firmly up, and then I'm just gonna press it. Looks a little bit of an angle. Can you see? You have to remember, I haven't done it this way in a long time. Oh, I love my pockets. Oh, that just drives me crazy. All right, pull, pull, pull. I'm pulling each layer, pressing it. Oh my God. Oh, I was going to tell Shim about this ironing board I got emailed about. I thought that he might be interested in it. It was like for quilters, you know, those really big ironing boards that fit over your ironing board. They also had a wool mat, the same shape and size. I was like, oh. She was going to be like, no, don't just give me all of your things you want. Thanks, Monica. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, huh? The green is so eye-catching for me. I love this color. Diane asked about the denim during the food. Oh. This denim I got from Hearts Fabric, and it was the Italian stretch denim. And I do have, I think I do have the tape where I wrote down the information on it. So I feel like I bought all of it, but it might be something they stock. Hi, Casey. You're Instagram. Oh, hi. Okay. That's what it was. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I thought they were pressed down, and I was thinking, like, it might have given you trouble to do this next step. You might have some better tips for me. I haven't done this way in so long. Your jeans looked really nice. All right, so Yeah, I think that this feels like a lot of pressing to me. So I'm going to press this end just open and then fold it down like that. And let's hope it wants to behave, and we'll just press this in. I actually not sure. Yeah, maybe I would do better if I didn't press it. Because the thing with pressing is that you have to get them identical. Do you recommend pressing both, Casey, or do you think just pressing one is enough? I'm thinking I'm going to press the inner one. That way I can match the outer to it. I might get a call from Shim's husband or Aisha's wife. To be fair, I watched that same video Aisha did because she posted it. So if anybody's spouse is calling the others, it's mine calling Aisha. So there. On the corner, if you leave the seam allowance free, it might be easier to manipulate the corner when you're pressing. Yeah. Okay. So like just leave this alone for a bit. I thought I saw yours was sewn down, and I was thinking like, oof. Because if these were already pre-folded and sewn, then you know what I mean. They like to poke out, right? I kind of want to press this. Will that make it a problem for me? Casey's, I'll do it this way. And I'm like, but can I just try this? All right. Thanks for the inspiration too. Like, you can shout out your Instagram if you want. I don't mind. Okay. I think that this could be better pressed right here, like going up, because I only pressed it from the right side. You do you. That gets me into trouble sometimes. I do not claim to know everything. I already had to ease these things on. All right, let's try that. And what if I don't press the top edge? Okay, you did the outer, and then, okay, see, now I was thinking the opposite. Because I was like, oh, I could just place this on here. I'm nervous, Casey. I don't know if I can do this. Okay. I'm going to start the center back, my calming place. I'm going to zoom in so you don't have to see so much white on the screen too. There. Okay. So I'm going to fold it under. So this is where I think like this, you really have to edge stitch on the edge, because if you say you edge stitch right here, right, then this is going to be loose, right? And it's a waistband, right? It's not that bad. Night, Louise, nice seeing you. You know, it's the waistband. It's not going to like come apart or anything. You're catching all the layers. So the other thing to think about with that though is that if you want your top stitching to be the same all the way around, and you do this side, this is me, I'll end up stitching way too close. I'm not doing belt loops. That's why they're not real jeans according to Nancy. Welcome, Sally. I saw the alert. I don't get the notification sound anymore. That's why I missed them. I wish I did. I like that sound. Maybe I could just unmute it. It is unmuted. Oh well. You don't do any of your belt loops like even in the seam at the top or the bottom, Libby? I usually do one you know, in the seam. My favorite kind of belt loop is in the seam here, and then it folds down to here, or it goes straight down, and then it stitches across, and then it comes up and stitches across here. And so like it's anchored here. That's my favorite. But I don't think, like a lot of the patterns I saw, I forget that that's how I like it. And then they don't give you enough for that. You could do that, but then it might not fit your belt. You know what I mean? Starting another nick. Ooh. Is that the one we were looking at last night with the full sleeves? All right. Okay, this is feeling better. I think this is going to be fine. I keep meaning to do another video about the sewing the collar stand, the way, this kind of reminds me of it, like where you do it on underneath the collar at the top of the, you finish it at the top of the collar stand under the collar. This kind of reminds me of that in a way, even though there's like nothing coming out of it. So wait, what were you saying here? So this is what, okay, so when I was thinking about this in bed this morning, what I was thinking is if you fold let's just try it. This is how I do cuffs. So if I only fold down one side, can I make you something? You can hire me to make you something. I would love that. Do I have to fit it though? Okay, so this is what I was thinking. We'll sew this one down. Oh, she's asking you to make her something, not me. Yeah, you do go for that, Monica. Okay, let's just try. So this is how I do cuffs. Mainly because one side's been sewn on, right? So then when I do this side up here, let's get rid of these white threads. I should have switched my thread color. I can wrap this around, right? I can wrap this around the seam allowance like this and fold it. And look at, I get a much crisper corner. And there's no danger of that having threads poking out, right? That looks nicer. It would be nicer if you know, you were using denim on both sides too. Because then you wouldn't see this green. Right, Libby? Exactly. But what did you say? You had a method. See, I feel like, see how I did this? I don't feel like I did a very good job. It's like kind of poking out, right? See all that extra? It's like I can't get this to that further that way. So maybe I'll just do that one the same. You love it when your contrast pokes out. Okay. I don't mind it like a month from now, but for the first bit, you know, I want it a certain way. All right. Gonna do this little side seam area first. Still nervous about torquing in some ways, but because I interfaced both layers kind of a lot. You just did, oh, okay, that's what I did too. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a little easier, right? Like you get more maneuverability at the end. Especially like the other reason not to do the like folding both ends and then sewing across is if these aren't the same left to right, which I have not checked about yet, it's harder to adjust. Cheap quilting cotton. I hope it works good for a while. It's not going to stay perky green for long. Yeah, she meant Monica. So she's going to Canada. She doesn't want to come to California. She wants to go to Canada. I do too, to be fair. I think we need a world tour. Okay. So which one's the one I should probably fix? This one here? Okay, let's see how my waistband looks. As far as like matching before we... Ow! I hate being poked by pins. Okay, let's see. I know, everything Julie makes looks amazing. Ow! God. So, sorry, it's a little dark. I'm just checking my waistband width lining up here. I don't like it when this side pokes up, you know, so that's okay. That's the side I planned on fiddling with just now, so we'll fix this. Okay, so we'll fold this one down, right? That's what I did. Get rid of this white stitches. I didn't really leave myself much room here. Here we go. So I hope I remember this next time if I do this. It's the lining, the inner waistband side that I'm folding under. Oh, I did this at such a weird angle. I hope it's okay. All right, and then now I'll fold this over the seam allowance like that. But see, look at that thread there. You're gonna make my life heck, I can tell. I should have switched to my blue thread for top and bottom. I'm being fussy, oh so fussy. It's not really worth it, I'll say. We could just, you know, not be so fussy. You know, one thing I'm doing soon, though, is I'm straightening out my gosh darn pin cushion. It is a right mess. Okay. Ooh. Nice, Sydney. You do, Nancy? Do you have a starting pair of pants that fit you, like your Morgans? Because maybe I could just show you what to do. All right, let's see. We're not going to catch this, are we? We could. Let's just move this out of the way. And now I'm just going to go all the way around. I'm going to start at the center back here. I hate to admit this, Casey, but this is looking really good. I'm not I hate to admit it, meaning I think that you're not right in doing it this way. But, dang, I don't want to have to keep doing it this way. I really like the other way. But this is going to be, you know, I think that's going to work out. As long as I catch this inside, right? All right, we're going to start down here and go all the way around. Sort of getting our legs under. Is this bright enough? Do you guys need a little more brightness? Maybe less sharpness? Welcome, Shelly. Thanks for subscribing. I don't know if you're watching right now. Oh, that's interesting. That made that a little duller. Is that too bright for you guys? I'll bring the sharpness back up. Yeah, that's why we like the tried and trues. Okay, here we go. So this seam's already been sewn inside and out. We don't have to worry about it. I'm mostly worried about these pins. Thankfully, they're right now all pointing down. One thing that you can do to make this a little easier on yourself is don't use contrast thread. This is my gathered side, and it's already calming down, so that's good. The side I had to ease, you know. Okay. I feel like I'm right near a tooth. Whew. Okay. Turning, see how I have this little bit of green poking out? This is my cheat. I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to grab the lining. I can actually grab it from the inside. I'm going to pull it to the underside while I top stitch. I'm holding it there. That way, I tried to stick my awl in my pincushion. That way, it will not poke out as much. All right, so here we are at the corner. I'm doing the same thing here. Okay. Now we're going to turn. Okay. This is definitely not a very dark indigo. My machine would be bluer by now. My hands aren't very blue either. Oh gosh, Sydney, don't do that. All right. Sorry, we have so much whiteness here. Putting those pant legs there to kind of cut it. It's a, I love it. It's not a cheat. It's a technique. You know, I almost commented, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm low-key a little bit afraid, but I almost commented on Cashmerette's post about their new sloper, because they said, and then you do all these hacks, and I almost said, it's not hacks, it's pattern drafting. And you know what? I never used to get triggered by that, but Libby has made me a little bit triggered by that term, hacks. Am I catching it? I am. Oh, you guys, I didn't change my thread color. Oh, well. The other funny thing we have here, I don't know if you've heard this, Casey, is when we say it's rustic, it's rustic. Which usually means it's a little bit janky, you know? It's just rustic. Mafio! Oh, yeah, you know what? I do not blame you at all. That's why I hand wheel it. Yeah. No, I'm sorry if I'm making you nervous, Mafio. It's deserved, I know. Okay, here, we're gonna flip this over here. Get rid of some of this brightness here. Yeah, the list helps me too, Amy. In fact, I sort of wish someone every morning would say, did you make a list today? Because it's kind of a calming thing. It's kind of incredible how my brain totally calms down. And it can be really silly things on that list. Oh wait, that sounds kind of familiar. I went locally and redeemed this gift certificate my mom gave me to this shoe store here that I asked for my birthday last year. And I walked in, the woman was chatty, and in her words, she says, I'm super nosy, which she was really cute. I really liked her. Her name was Diane. She started asking me about my outfit, which was the pants I'm wearing now, I think, and then a knit shirt I had made, like a jersey knit t-shirt I had made with little tucks in it, and then a hand knit sweater. And I don't usually tell a lot of people I make things right off the bat, but she was really interested, and I was like, oh, do you knit? You know, and then we started talking and blah, 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 blah. And, oh my gosh, why am I telling you this? Oh, that's it. I had to look at chat. And she was like, oh, you sew. And I was like, oh, I knew what the next thing was going to be. What'd you do, Libby? She was like, I have this favorite pair of pants that I really want to copy. I have heard that particular sentence more than almost I need some pants hemmed in my life. I didn't get a good corner down here. Can I? Libby, you ruined me with the pattern, the hack versus drafting thing. I almost commented on the Instagram post today about their sloper, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I almost want to buy it just to check it out. Okay, here's my zipper again. I'm going to go slow. Oh, yeah, I got right past it that time. Nice. But yeah, I almost said something like that because they were like, and then you'll be able to hack to your heart's content. And I almost said, it's not hacking, it's pattern drafting. Wham! Baby rage. Yeah, or I have this dress. Exactly, I have this dress. Can you copy my favorite bra? No. No, ma'am. Yes, I am, Julie. Yeah. She's the one I mentioned earlier in the stream. I said, all right, I'm going to do this with waistband method. I totally forgot about it. I haven't done it in years. It looks pretty good on this side. Did I not catch anywhere on this side? Because you have to check on this one. Barely, almost didn't there. Okay, I caught it. So I think with this is kind of getting you back in that camp where you are blind, catching the inside, but it's a lot easier. Are you, okay, I haven't heard that today, and I tell them to go to the Indian tennis. Yeah, right. Yeah, so you know what I just learned is that the local gal that was doing all the alterations, she closed. And I'm like, gosh darn it, what do I need to do to get this woman back in business? Because I literally pawn everybody off on her. Let's check out my jeans. I love the pockets. Okay. Let's get some perspective. Yeah, I know. And it didn't used to bug me. I honestly didn't know what it meant at first. I was like, what do they mean by hacks? And then Libby's like, God, I really hate that. And I was like, huh, that is interesting. It's not really a hack. It's just drafting. You're supposed to do that. It's not like a trick. Thanks. I like them. They look really good. Like I think these look really good. Like I agree. Oh, let's take that out before I try those on and skewer myself. I hope they fit good. I love the back. Ooh. Let's hem them. They're gonna be a little long, and that's fine. I find pants just keep shrinking after you wash them, so I don't hem them for a while. Or hire a pattern drafter, exactly. People don't want to do that. So when she said that, like the gal at the shoe store, she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, how do you tell someone, but you pretty much don't want to pay for that? Like it would cost her like $300. But does it count as pattern when you use two patterns together to make? Yeah. Casey, it does, because like when I was a professional pattern drafter working in a business, like working at a clothing brand, 75% of the patterns we drafted, we didn't do from scratch. The designer would give us the sketches and they would say, I want to use style 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from spring 2018, but I want the sleeve from, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 from, you know, spring 2017. And then, and I want a ruffle on the bottom. And so you would use those patterns and blend them. And you would have to do a little bit of like subtle detective work. Like, what is it about these two things that they're liking? Because that sleeve wouldn't work on that. And then you'd have to kind of like figure it out. But yeah, you would just use those. You would draft a little bit like from scratch, but mostly you would start with a new piece of paper, but you'd be tracing things or whatever, or it's in the computer a lot of times too. So yeah. So it's not really a hack, it's just drafting. Your imposter syndrome? No. No, I mean, it's drafting. I mean, it's just, sorry, I'm like leaving my ugly leg on the screen there, but I love that I did the circles and the little red thing, and I'm so proud of myself that I put some details for once. And they look so good without belt loops. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do a little thing back here. You know? One of those things. Leather patches. Oh! How do those wash? So I have this little pouch. I wonder if I could use this. So when Michael's grandmother passed away and we were going through her stuff, I've been trying to use things from her, you know, from her life, you know, and this is like a little, it looks better on this camera, this little leather pouch. I don't know what this was for. See, there's 2 holes right here and here. And Michael's all, you want that? And I was like, and it's sewn flat. I was like, well, I was thinking I could maybe use it like elbow patches, right? Maybe I should save this for elbow patches. Can you just wash this? Where's Elena? You guys are such an incredible resource. You're amazing. You're so inspiring. I love it. Can I just do that? All right, and so here's my other option. So one time in one of the needle sharp boxes, I think Casey has a blog at least, right, Casey? Do you want to shout it out? Thanks for, you know, shouting me out on your Instagram post too. I think Elena would know too. So one time in the needle sharp box, there was an Ash Jeans thing, and you got this little leather patch to put on the back up here. But Cricket drew this on, sorry, it's really bright. She drew this little watermelon growing in the sun for me. But I'm just been scared to use it because I don't want it to wash away, but it's so cute. I could do something else back here, but like what? What could I do? I almost want to make a patch with another drawing on it right here. You know what I mean? I know. Shim be fancy. Let's see. What if I saved my last little scrap of denim. Where is it? Wait till you see how little I had left, Terry. This is it. This is all I have left from cutting 2 pairs of jeans out of this fabric, but I did it. Let's hope they fit. What if I made a little patch back here that was stitched as well? Or I could just stitch right here. Well, what if I just stitch the patch on there? What do we do? What's small? Like 3 little pins or something? Like, I'm all fired up today. I need a pencil. There, oh, I do have one. And there's an eraser here, I know. Oh, there's the chicken boots label I just told you guys about the other day. That has the Grello background. So bright. Hi, Naomi. How's it going? I have made one from quilting cotton. I will say it didn't fare very well. Like it gets a little like dyed, you know, like from the indigo. It looks really cute because I matched the pocket lining and it's right here. But what if I did like a fake label? Like it looks like I stitched something on, but with just thread. I stitched it like that. What could I put here? What should I put here? We could put just the word sew. I love how ridiculous that kind of is because it's just so Becky Homecky. I'm not writing Becky Homecky, Julie, before you type that in the chat. I know you. What is this flopping around here? Okay. Because it's got to be, you know, sewing themed. I could do some straight pins, but I feel like they wouldn't show up very well. You know? Right, Tiffany? A tomato pin cushion? Yeah, I know. It's actually, I was like, maybe some pins. Yeah. A tomato pin cushion. Like, what do these look like? Like, it's looking kind of pumpkinish. Maybe, wait, do I have that right? Tomato pin, tomato pie. Oh, but it needs the little strawberry, right? And it's definitely not as many lines. It's more like one and then one over here. Parallel pins with heads alternating top to bottom. Oh, bobbin. I like a spool or a bobbin. Okay. Let's see here. Let's save the rest of my paper here and then draw something. I see the problem for me with a spool is I don't use spools, I use cones. And so I feel a little bit like I'm being a little too old-fashioned. You know what I mean? But a bobbin, how do I do all these holes, Delwyn? Something like that. Oh, actually, mine only have holes on the top. Like this. Sorry, you didn't see my drawing. It's so bright. Apple bobbin jeans. Why is that so bright? What if I did the bobbin? Something like that. Chat, what is Tiffany saying? Apple bobbin jeans. What is apple bobbin jeans? I know, the bobbin holes might be problematic. These weren't easy to do. The small embroidery. Hi, Florentine. How's it going? The embroidery scissors. I feel like that might be a little small to do that because I do have a drawing of these scissors. You know? But I don't have scissors yet. A terrible pun. Oh, apple bottom. The Juki buttonhole. Just put the EB1 right there. Oh, Sydney. I love it. Apple bottom. Okay. I mean, what if you just did buttonholes right there? You just didn't cut them. Okay, what about the... This is Sydney's idea. Something like that. Pins. Would we know what that is? Runs with scissors. I just should just show my label there. My label there. This looks like biology class. This looks like a menu you expand. I still like the bobbin idea. What if the bobbin was more like the little X's like this instead of holes? Bobbin needle thread coming out. I like that. Looking down on it. So it's more like a wheel. I wonder if that'll say bobbin. A threaded needle. Yeah, I mean, that could be something very easy, right? Okay, that could be a winner. The donut sounds kind of good. I kind of like this. And then what if the, you know, when I stitch the patch like this, we maybe could start our line here, do this, and then do our thing around, and then do our needle. I like that. I like that. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got this. This is manageable too. I like it, I like it. Okay. Can we have some prayers in the chat that these are gonna fit good? All right, so let's map out our, usually they line up here, right? So I just need to know about how the size here for the needle size. Like, great, this was, here we go. We'll just trace this. No, I'm not gonna use my Sharpie, it'll get on my patch. But we can, I can draw it on for you guys. Okay. See you, Terry. Right? Something like that. All right. Implements. And lots of them. And then next time we see Elena, let's ask them if we think we can wash the I guess I should just wash it Either way, I'm going to have to. So maybe I'll take that home and throw it in the laundry and see what happens. Because if it's elbow patches, right? See you, Nancy. Have a nice night. We're almost done here. Okay, so here's my, we're going to use the Hera marker because we love it so much. I got 16 of them in the mail today. Maybe I'll just put the needle kind of on here. And then I won't have to tear paper for the needle, so I think that'll be good, right? We're gonna do a really long stitch. Do we wanna do a really long stitch? Let's see what that looks like. Maybe I should do it in a different color? No, we're not gonna overthink it. We're just gonna do it. We need to, here's our needle, right? So we can just start like that. Okay, we're winging it now. Okay, we need a thread tail so we can hand tie this. We need white thread on the underside. If you're using an industrial for this, I find I have better luck if I pull the thread up, which in an industrial you never do that. So it's like something we aren't used to doing anymore. But if both threads are pulled up like this, I'm less likely to get it all tangled underneath, and it's harder to like tie it, you know. Okay, wait, what's the 11th? Oh, you have social time? Yeah, there's free social sewing Zooms now in the guild too, hosted by members. I showed up to one the other day. It was fun. Oh yeah, I can still show that to you. Let me finish up here, Sydney. All right, so we're gonna start here. We're going through the eye of the needle. Oh my God, I almost sewed the other side of my. Okay, and now we're going to start stitching the label. Okay. I should have given myself a drawing. We can always take it out, right? So we're just doing the frame of the label. I don't want to catch this thread, otherwise I won't be able to hand tie it. I'll hem these off camera too, so that I won't have to do that, Sydney. Okay, so we have, oh, it's right here. All right. Okay, so there's our frame. And I'm just gonna tie this now so nothing gets caught. So we'll tie this, and we'll hope we make a nice needle. The ultimate patch, you don't even have to have one. It's DIY patches. I sort of want to leave that so that I can maybe thread it into the inside of the waistband later. But we'll at least to be able to hand tie it right now. But if I thread these through a needle, and then I can just poke them into the waistband. Oh, I feel like I have to do that right now. Sorry, guys. Because otherwise I may catch it and I won't be able to do so later. So let's put these on. Okay, and we'll just like this. There we go. With my needles over here, my scissors over here. Yeah, oh. And then this one. I also want to see that desk needle threader you guys were talking about the other day. I think Tiffany has one and Elaine has one. I put one in my wish list for Waywax. I want to see what they're like. Like, am I going to want 3? You know? You're not in a rush. Okay, good. All right, so now let's draw our needle. I'm going to use my soapstone pencil real quick here. So let's see, we can go like this, and there's the eye, like that. Okay. Am I doing a double hem? Maybe. I'll probably do it afterward, but I think that'd look nice, don't you? Like 2 rows of stitching. Probably. I do that a lot because I like mimicking it up at the top. All right, we're gonna start at the point. I'm gonna do a slightly shorter stitch length so it looks different than the thread. Tell you what, doing this with a whole pair of pants attached is a little different. Make sure I don't catch that thread. Maybe I would stitch over this a couple times too. I mean, literally, the pile of stuff you accumulate sometimes. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I miss my, one of the Jukies I had the table with a little tray in the front. I love that thing. I've never gotten to use one of those as my primary machine either. That doesn't look very good. Oh, that looks pretty bad. Oh, man. Do you, Nathmi? I love that. I'm sorry, you guys. It's not good enough. We need to, like, I did that like it was the awl, and look at the awl is even pointier. This is why I should have drawn it. We'll just take out the needle. Okay, now we won't need a drawing. We have our stitch line. Okay, let's get rid of that. Definitely shorter stitch length though. I think that was good. Okay. Could do it in a different color too. All right. So much jean. You think you're sewing a straight line. So overrated. It's not that great. Maybe we could sew it a little bit more to define it. What do you think? I can see it though. I do like, but it's not very good. I'm not getting the, I'm trying to be big with the needle so it's easy to see what it is. But I didn't draw it, so I'm not being very symmetrical. You know what I mean? Like this side, I want a little bit of that side and a little bit of that side. It's almost like it needs to be right here. Like this should be the eye. This should be a leg of the eye right there, and that'd be it. Let's pull this to the back and get a good look. And I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll fix it later. I'll sit with it. It's pretty fun, but the needle's a little funky. I do love the idea of it though. Yeah, I love this part right here a lot. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. All right, let me go get those samples for Sydney. I'll be right back. Oh, maybe let me make sure they're not here first. Okay. Here's these. Be right back. Almost there. Shoot, I don't have them anymore. Dang, it was right here the whole time. Okay, sorry. I couldn't bring the mic because it would disconnect. All right. I don't know if I have all the scissor prints, but I have, this is the, let me take down the brightness. So Sydney is wanting to know about some of the fabrics on Spoonflower. See if I can get this a little bit. So this is one of my print samples. I think this is like on the tan background. It's a little darker than that though. And then this is, I think this one looks the best personally. This one was the hardest. And then I just did a few colors, but they're really basic. It's not, they're nothing special. You could probably find a better scissor print, to be honest. I did an iron print too. But, and then these are the birds. I don't know if this is what you meant. I think this is okay. It's not that great. All right, but let me show you the knit, Sydney. You're still here, right? see. Are these the knits right here? Yeah. Okay. As far as the knits go, this one here, this one's very synthetic-y feeling, but it prints beautifully. Yeah, this is the Performance PK. So it has this, I don't know if you can see it, it's just so bright out today. There's these little like texture, like a golf shirt, you know. So this is this one here, and it's pretty slinky, you know, very stretchy. Stretches more crosswise than lengthwise. This right here is the cotton. This is the organic cotton knit. So this one's going to, it's going to stretch, but watch what happens with the, this is why I got this on black. See how you can see the white showing through? So if you're making leggings out of this, you probably wouldn't want to do this, you know, because if you don't, unless you did like a white background, it would be fine. Well, I don't know if you do white leggings, but it's the most natural feeling. It's the cotton, and it does have some pretty good stretch. I think it's both ways. No, not much on the lengthwise. This one here is the Sport Lycra. It's shiny, but it's very, very stretchy. It does do that white thing. See how the white shows? And it's both ways. And then I think this is the one that Shem and I both like. This is Modern Jersey, right? Oh, no, this is Cotton Spandex Jersey. I like this one. So it's got more of a natural feel. It's a matte finish as well. Definitely going to do that, you know, the white showing through. Not as much. It's thinner. Where's Modern Jersey at? Is this it? Yeah, this is the Modern Jersey. So it's got really good stretch. Less lengthwise, more crosswise. It's thinner. It's I think it has, the color print's really good on it, and the return is really good. That's why we both like it. I think it's better in hotter climates than something 100% synthetic. This might be, what is the Modern Jersey though? Isn't it a mix? I might be wrong. So I think like the ones I like are, I like the Cotton Spandex Knit. This is, you know, this is slinkier, but not as slinky as some of those 100% synthetics. This one's, like, this feels like a stiffer jersey, but soft. And the organic cotton is a little thicker. But look at the print quality. The print quality is amazing. Like, look at that black. It looks really good on there. I think I got some of these to make, like the knits, I got, I was like, well, I'm going to make these useful to me. So I got fabrics I could do underwear out of. I thought the cake as underwear would be really cute. And I got the cherries, these two to go together, the cherries and the gingham for underwear. Right? So it'll be kind of fun. But this one here, this is the Sport Lycra. It's medium to heavy, not heavy, medium to heavy. Really good hand, shiny, very stretchy. Whereas this one here, this is the Modern Jersey? Wait. This is the, I'm getting them confused here. Yeah, Modern Jersey. It's like a lighter version of that, and it doesn't have the same sheen. It's got a matte finish. It's synthetic, but it doesn't have a sheen to it. And then these are the two natural ones. Whereas this is more like a golf shirt, you know. But it is, anytime they say performance, it's synthetic. So yeah, for a t-shirt, I think all of these would be great. But if you want something that feels natural, you know, you can get the organic cotton, the spandex jersey would be the two that feel the most t-shirty. Because this one will feel like a synthetic t-shirt. So, yeah, I think for a t-shirt, and let's see if we can compare the stretch. So let's stretch like a 10 10-inch section of this, just doing like a little like quick test would be like, that's like a 40% stretch right there. And then this one, this is very casual test. This is more like a 25 to 30%. So this one's the organic cotton knit, and then the spandex cotton is stretchier, lighter, heavier. I think you can't go wrong with these two. This one's going to feel more synthetic, the modern jersey, but it, like, you know, I think the color looks more vibrant. I don't know. The color looks amazing on all their fabrics now. Look at that. It looks, it's crisp. This is the difference between like me designing in Procreate and them designing in Adobe. You can tell, look how crisp the lines are. Whereas like mine are softer. Yeah, it's not as crisp. Mine's more rustic. All right, well, I hope that narrowed it down. Maybe when you place your order, get the swatch kit. It could be, Julie. It's not cheap, but they do have sales a lot now. I've cut it on the heart is on the bias. Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's awesome. That's a great tip, Libby. I like that. Yeah, so like if you're stretching like this, it's not so bad. Yeah, it's worse this way. Because this has a, I was going to say a right and a wrong side, but it really is very stable. It doesn't roll. Look at that. This has been in my bin for 2 years now, and it doesn't roll. This one's probably the closest to rolling, and it's not. So, yeah. That's my non-science-y review. 37, I don't know. Is that really how much it costs? Well, let's see all the things that we've looked at. Just show me the fabric. Show me the fabric. Okay, let's click this one. $29 a yard. Modern jersey, $34 a yard. Organic cotton knit, $29 a yard. And then the cotton spandex, sport lycra, $36 a yard. Cotton spandex, $29 a yard. Yeah. So, yeah. But you can do whatever you want. And I think that this is 60 inches wide. This cotton spandex jersey is 60 inches wide. And, but you have to account for, like, the waist of the selvage. I mean, I haven't bought spoonflower fabric in years. Nightly. But, if you want custom stuff, 60 inches wide, you could get probably, I mean, 1 yard. That's a large selvage. Yeah, it's a large selvage. Yeah, I don't either. I mean, that's that one. So this is what I think you're going to get. I think you're going to get one selvage like this, Sydney, and one like this. But there's a maybe it's different. I don't know. So I think on one side of the fabric it'll be this, and on the other side it'll be that. Yeah, they have 20% off sales all the time. That's not criminal. It's custom. 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 You can do whatever you want. $29 a yard. That, like, what's a yard of knit at Hearts fabric? Let's look. Let's see. I have this thing so zoomed in. So we'll look at. They're the same. This Italian blocked viscose knit on Hearts, $29 a yard. Rayon Slub, 10. Oceana Knit Night Flight, $21 a yard. Maribel Knit Wine, $13 a yard. A lot of these are everywhere from $12 to $20 a yard is the average. So let's see what the width is. 60 inches wide. So it's basically like they buy the fabric and then they print it with whatever you want in these small quantities. There's like so many people handling it. Yeah. Christina, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't want custom, yeah, exactly. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have been here a long time, and you've got lives. But thanks for helping me sew my fantastic jeans. Oh, these are some of my favorites I've ever made. I love the red dot. I love these. Thank you. I'll decide on this. I might just leave it. I kind of like that it's funky. Now, see, I knew I needed to just leave it, you know. It's like sometimes, now it's charming to me, and that's I'll call it good. We're hand tying it, you know. Thanks, Susan. Yeah, thanks, you guys. Thanks for all the help and advice throughout the way. Ideas, poll answering. Can I get, oh wait, I'm gonna need my other needle. 4 strands of thread through there. That's why you have a long nail. Oh shoot, I should have poked my needle in first. We'll hold this. I have the needles you guys were mentioning in my cart or my wish list too. So next time I order from Waywack, I'm set to get some John James needles. I saw they have like multi-packs, 3 through 9 sizes or 5 through 10. The 3 through 9 would work, right? A multi-pack. It's like 25 needles. I hope they fit too. I will definitely, I'll try and post a picture today. So yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go try them on right now after I eat my lunch. Thanks, you guys. Have a great weekend. I may be sewing that little shirt I mentioned earlier, or I may be doing a bag. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in a couple weeks. Sorry, it's so loosey-goosey. But I'll see you either way. So, get a multi-pack. Okay, okay, I'll look at it that way. Then I can decide what size I like. I just didn't want a ton of small ones, you know? So, all right, guys, oh, I don't have a thumbnail, so we're going straight to the end screen. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend. Oh, that didn't work. Awkward. Bye.